Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nintendo Prime Podcast, Season 2, Episode 48. I had to think about that for a moment. Almost at a full year of Season 2. It's crazy. I guess that's what happens when we're almost at the end of the year, right?
Yeah, right.
I can math, I think. All right, guys. Well, I'm your host, as always, Mr. Nintendo Prime. We got a full six-pack tonight. You guys know what we do around here. Right next to me, and also sort of the inspiration of a topic today, Mr. Mike Odyssey.
What's up? What's going on, guys? Hi, peace. Never give up. No, the balloons.
Journey on. You're feeling your own phrases? Never give up and journey on?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't want the balloons to come up, so I'm just gonna like.
Hey, you changed clothes. What happened?
I did like a.
You went into the AM mode. Are you just like, we got to do the sponsorship deal right now? Into the AM. .com/Nintendo Prime 10.
No, dude, it's not even it. It's that it's in Florida. It is. Let me check this.
Cold.
It's cold.
I don't want to. Oh, hold on. Let me hear this.
Right now.
It's actually been a warmer day today, but
this right here, this is horrible in Florida.
Oh my God.
50. Okay.
It's definitely not 50 here right now.
I don't even want to go to the garage because it's freezing. Like,
dude, I was in shorts outside and it was like 40 today.
Jorts? Is it jorts?
No, actual shorts. It's 31 degrees right now. Yeah. So
no.
And that's actually like, I'll still go outside in shorts.
I mean, I lived in New York. I lived in New York for 10 years, and I've experienced under below zero weather. But I just don't like the cold that much.
Yeah, then you just get the old and then when the Paul Gale network down here, you're showing off California 80s, and I'm
officially a Floridian.
All right, as Eric, keep it under control over there, man. I'm trying to introduce you, and you're not keeping it clean.
No, I'm not keeping it clean at all.
What's he doing?
My microphone.
All you know is you can't see his hands, and
I can only see the waist up, and I see no hands. But I see,
man.
I see shoulders.
Eric, how's it going, buddy?
Oh, it's going. I give up.
Hey, the Packers won.
Yeah, hey, never give up. Journey on.
Yeah, well, I already gave up.
I gave up with the Packers a long time ago. Now they'll just go ahead and make the playoffs just to spite me. Andres Restart, how's it going, buddy?
Hello.
What are we just waiting for, by the way?
What?
Hey, your name, it says just wait.
Oh, well, only the future.
I guess we got to wait. I guess we have to wait.
Okay.
Could
be an indefinite amount of time, but just wait.
Jay Randall, how you doing, buddy? Welcome.
Thank you.
That's all he's got. And then for the first time ever, and also sort of the inspiration for one of our topics today, we got Nintendo Land, otherwise known as his actual name, Landon. How's it going, bud?
It's going good. I mean, I wish I could say it's as warm as you guys here in Ohio because it's snowing, but
I mean, I'm in Wisconsin. That's why I said
31. I can relate.
It's not great here.
We already had our first snowfall. It's life. I mean, it's all gone after today, but it'll be back.
Yeah,
and I can relate too because it's freezing here, so I can relate.
Oh my God. I'm sitting over there, dude. That's like shorts, tank top. I might go swimming in the lake weather, and you're like, yeah, no, it's freezing. That's just funny. All right. Well, we're gonna go around and see what we've been playing lately. That's how we start all of our shows after little introductions here. Let's go ahead and start with our first timer, Landon. What have you been playing lately?
I've been playing nothing but Mario RPG. I've never played the original, so this is finally my chance to get into it, and I love it. I really do. It is, as someone who loves Paper Mario, Mario Luigi, all those Mario RPGs, this was definitely something that I'm glad I got to experience, at least through a remake. I've on my second playthrough, believe it or not, of the game, so I'm
nice.
loving this game.
Oh wait, you've already played? You never had played it before, and now you've already played through it once, and you just went right back in?
Well, it's even worse because I'm just a crazy completionist person. I even went through and I filled out the bestiary.
You know what? We kind of need a person like that on YouTube. I think there's an opening now.
Yeah.
Completionist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
I remember the days there was a guy that used to do that.
Right?
Yeah, I remember there was a time, man. Now that you gotta save that topic for something like when review tech comes back. We'll have a lot
yeah. So I'm sorry, I interrupted though. You're a completionist.
You're a completionist.
I just been playing through, collecting everything. But
that's awesome.
Nice. All right, Jakey. Did you actually play some games this week?
I actually played a lot of games.
Hell yeah. Let's go. What do we got?
Is the thing is what happened was on Black Friday, was just trying not to buy anything, but I was on my Switch, and of course, I go to the eShop, and I'm just chilling there, and I see some games that I kind of was interested in for a while for really cheap. One of them being Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, which is a great series. I can say I've played now, and is winning game of the year. But I played Baldur's Gate 1, dude. I played for like a couple hours, and I was still like getting tutorials when I never retained the memory of the previous tutorial. And
Yeah,
I was
that's what
getting
the first
so
one is.
stressed out that I'm probably never going to play it ever again.
Yeah,
But
it's very
I am going to try to just
complex.
skip those and go into Baldur's Gate 3. And that kind of gives me a taste of there's just so much prep work at the beginning. I'm
There's
sure
a
once you
lot.
get
And
going,
yeah, Baldur's
get
Gate,
going.
that kind of series. Yeah.
but it was tough. So I played that, and the other games I bought, Little Nightmares 1 and 2. I played that actually for a good amount of time. It's kind of just like a platformer, but it's like slow paced, and it is like scary because you're going through stuff, and all of a sudden like some crazy stuff will be in the background. All of a sudden you have to hide in time. So I don't know. It's a fun little experience. I like it. And then, you know what? I blanked on the other games I played, but that gives you a
Not
little
matter.
taste.
Not important. They're bad. Bad games. Hey, at least you
still
didn't
haven't
play-
opened that PlayStation Portal. That's
Hey, at least
man.
you didn't, yeah. You haven't opened the PlayStation Portal yet. You're showing off your little collection, and on top of that, at least you're not Jeff Keighley forgetting what an indie game is.
No. Remember, Jeff didn't forget the people he put in charge of nominating for God.
But then he defended them by saying, "Who am I to tell what an indie game is?"
Right, saying it's their choice.
Independent
I'm not
company.
in it.
It's not owned by a $15 billion corporation. It's
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Yeah.
Andres Restart. How's it going,
Hello.
buddy? What have you been playing?
I've also been playing Super Mario RPG, and I also think it's pretty great. I got my 5th star last night. I'm on my 2nd playthrough yet, but it's a pretty good game. It's nice seeing the roots of the Mario RPG in its HD remade glory. I really enjoy it. Just like the characters, the personalities. I met Johnny last night, and Johnny's a cool dude. He's a pirate. I like pirates because I like One Piece. So
You would like pirates.
I like the Netflix One Piece.
the what?
The Netflix.
Oh,
The
don't get me
live
started.
action. The live action. Yeah.
Masterpiece, man. Masterpiece.
I enjoyed the live action one a lot, but I also really like the original One Piece. Like, again, I'll probably get back. I got to find out where I left
I mean,
off.
forever to-
what
to-
arc I was in. I'll probably start watching again eventually. Watching
right
the live
now-
action made me want to get back into the anime.
Yeah, I mean the live as far as live action goes, it's pretty good. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, no, the
deny
anime is
that,
great
yeah.
though. Like, obviously, the One
Yeah.
Piece. That's why
Yeah.
it's still going.
I'm deep into the Dressrosa arc.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think it's my 3rd time rewatching it. So
Jeez.
What?
it's long, so you got to take breaks.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you can't just watch it from beginning to end.
What?
I mean, you could try.
I mean, you can if you want to die.
Yeah.
Just don't get off the couch for like
Yeah.
3 years. Enjoy.
No, you would. I think you probably would suffer something significant. So,
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And someone, so if they ever okay to watch One Piece on a live stream, where they're not going to copyright claim you, someone's going to say, I will never get out of this chair until I've watched every episode. And then,
I mean, I just Googled it and it's 359 hours. So 15 days without a single minute of rest. So,
I mean, if you skip the intros and recaps, which are like 20 to 30% of each episode.
Yes,
those are really
still.
long, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's doable, just not healthy.
No.
No, not
Yeah, just like my neighbor.
Oh,
Sorry.
Well,
that makes sense.
we found out we'll not be keeping it clean tonight. All right, Eric,
yeah.
what have you been playing lately?
Tears of the Kingdom. I am finally finished with all the shrine quests. So now it's on to side quests and side adventures and then main story and hopefully the end.
Nice.
Actually, no, I think I'm actually going to go for the what the heck is it? The Wills. It's, oh gosh, what the hell are they?
I have no idea. I can say that my fiance is now on her way to Ganondorf.
Woo.
She
Is that
kept
a-
getting
oh,
wrecked.
yeah,
She kept getting
yeah.
wrecked by that silver Lionel that's along the way. So she's like, I need to go make some more food. I'm like, you're probably gonna need quite a bit of Gloom food, not just
Yeah.
for that part.
Yeah. The stages will. That's probably the
Stages
next,
will.
That's
Okay.
probably the next thing. So
All right, stages will. I know what you're doing then. All right, cool.
I skipped that part. I skipped it. I just ran away and made it to
Well, Mr. Scaredy Cat, Mike Odyssey, what have you been playing lately?
I have never beaten a one of those horseman guys. Anyway,
Linus?
Lionel's
Lionel, yeah, Lionel's.
horseman guys. I mean, not wrong.
Horseman guys. Actually, I had a bucket list not a bucket list. I'm not dying. I had a goal by the end of the year to actually, kind of do other games other than Switch, because I've been playing Switch all year. And so I do have Mario RPG. I started playing Mario RPG, but I went over to Spider-Man, and I haven't finished Spider-Man 1, right? I finished it. I fell in love with the game. Incredible. Then I continue. Then I actually saw that Miles Morales was on sale on Black Friday. Bought it, played it, and finished it. And now I'm waiting for
it and slayed it.
I loved it, man. Those two games, they make it's like a movie at the end. It's like a movie, right? So there's so much story, so much emotion, and I just
wait for 2, man. Spider-Man.
Did you hear and everyone in chat here that like going forward, Insomniac said Miles Morales is the new Spider-Man. Like Peter Parker's retired. It's only like he is Spider-Man.
Yeah, this is not you're not talking about Spider-Man 2, right? Because I haven't played it yet. I want to go play it.
No. They just said after
they didn't
that,
say it in
like
the
going
game
forward.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Spider-Man 2 doesn't say it in the game.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, eventually that's what's going to happen in movies too. Like Tom Holland is going to retire at some point, and Miles Morales is going to take over. But yeah, I'm about to play. I haven't bought it yet because it's $70. But I'm waiting for it to go on sale. Get Spider-Man 2.
Give it a couple of months.
Hopefully, it goes on
Like
sale before the year.
50% off at some point. Cool, man. Lots of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mario RPG. Spidey takes the day.
I'll do that in January because there's no, and I know there's another Code Recollection coming in January, and it's an interesting game. But
You enjoy that, huh? That's
the next first party game is coming in February. So I'll do Mario RPG in January.
Nice.
Yeah.
For me, it's just Super Mario RPG right now. I haven't beat it yet. I've got 3 stars right now, so just kind of slow playing. You guys know how I go. I play for a few hours, and then I set it down because I'm a very busy person with the kiddos and all the worky stuff. But it's funny because I did a launch stream for it, sort of a pseudo launch stream, and it was interesting because people got mad at me over my opinions when I said the game is just, it's okay. Like, I've played a lot better RPGs than this game.
Yeah, I'm leaving the podcast.
Yeah, see? But I have. Like, I've just factually played a lot better RPGs. There's like no challenge.
Whoa. You haven't factually played shit, okay? Because that's your opinion.
Everything I'm stating at this point is my opinion.
You may factually feel that there are RPGs that are better, but it is not a fact that there are RPGs that are better. It is
someone
subjective.
is offended over there.
Wait, then
Nah,
Mario
just
RPG?
mess up. Honestly,
how many
I don't-
RPGs
I
have you
don't
even
care.
played?
Huh?
I mean, besides Xenoblade, how many RPGs have you played?
Well, I played Super Mario RPG.
There you go.
So you think? So basically,
I've
what
played-
Andres is saying is he thinks Super Mario RPG is better than Xenoblade.
That's not what I said.
No, I don't think so.
But you're definitely enacting the Twitter energy where everyone misconstrues every little thing
Misconstrues
you
what
say.
you said.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, you were
But I
getting
think- I
angry.
think whatever on the
I mean, but if we're
Right,
talking about
right.
RPGs that I have played, right, like just off the top of my head, I mean, obviously the Pokemon series, the Xenoblade series, the Paper Mario series.
Metroid is not
I have played Final Fantasy VII Remake, right? So want to talk
Yeah.
about some non-Nintendo
Sure, yeah.
RPGs. I played that. Do we count MMOs? Because I played
They can
several
count,
MMOs.
Yeah.
I've count those, and none of them I played on
Those are more,
Nintendo. So,
multiplayer RPGs, but yeah.
Pokemon is
Yeah.
second RPG.
yeah, I've played
Yeah,
a lot of
so-
Pokemon.
So the
I mean,
reason
that was like less than 10 series, but okay.
so like here's the thing. I don't think
I've played
Super
WoW.
Mario-
I've played RuneScape. I don't even remember some of the names of other MMOs. I've
Yeah.
played both versions of Final Fantasy VII.
There was a Warhammer MMO at one point, Star Wars one, Final Fantasy 14. There's a whole lot of them. There's unlimited MMOs.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's also the Elder Scrolls series, right?
Yeah,
So,
Elder Scrolls Online, that one too, and then all the
well,
Elder Scrolls
yeah.
games. Yeah, like here's the thing: I don't think Super Mario RPG is bad, and I think if I played it when I was a kid, I would have thought it was phenomenal. But today, it's like people are like, "What do you mean? This is like the first time there was a serious story." I'm like, "Okay," and I've played other Mario RPG games since then and had other Mario serious stories happen. Played and beat Thousand Year Door.
Origami King has an underrated story.
I love Origami King. I think it's actually way better than people give it credit for.
To get through.
Now, is Origami King better than Super Mario RPG? I can't say yet. I need to beat Super Mario RPG and get to the conclusion.
For me, it's no way.
But
I like the
combat's the most important to me.
I did enjoy the battle system.
But as I was just trying to say, for me so far, it's just okay. Like I'm gonna beat it. It's not like I'm having a bad time. It's just people sometimes, especially when you're in specific communities, like I'm heavily in the Nintendo community, people are super nostalgic for this. So they're like, there's all this hype around it. And as a first time player that has played so many damn RPGs, I mean, it literally feels like I'm playing this. This feels weird to say because it's Mario, but I'm going to be just completely honest. It feels like I'm playing the kids' introduction to RPGs.
I agree.
Like when I say there's no challenge, I saw people say, "What do you mean there's no challenge? Have you played like Dark Souls? Have you played heck Zelda 2?
Yeah.
Even just play Zelda 2 and then play this. This is not challenging compared to most
You just
RPGs.
compared it to the most like non-related genre games.
Well,
I think they I think they
What are you talking
made
about?
this remake easier than the original.
It's about the same. I played before.
Well, they did add some based on what they explained in the trailers. Again, I didn't play the original. They did add some things to the attacks that I guess maybe made it easier, and maybe that could be what it is. Some of the AoE.
I've also heard that I don't remember because I didn't play enough of the original, right? But like I've heard that the timing for a lot of the different the commands, right? When you press A to defend or get a little boost in your tier attacks, like that timing's been made a little bit easier too.
Yeah, like here's the thing. I don't think it's a bad game where I just stop playing it. This is the thing that got people on my stream is when I said if this was a $40 game, I probably wouldn't have any complaints. But it's a $60 game, and I just don't feel like it's a $60 game. And
I will tell you that it is. It's not a long game. Right?
No,
like I could beat this game in about.
I probably could have been done with it if I was just rushing through it. But I'm like trying to take it all in and
yeah.
Because it's my first time, and like I guys know I don't really replay games that much, so it might be my only time. So I'm like, I just want to make sure I fully understand everything right all the way to the end, and then we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to 100% it, but we'll see.
I do want to say, because you're talking about how easy it is, the combat has been fun, but I agree it's been easy, right? I do die sometimes, but I haven't. I think that I might have gone one game over. I'm not even sure.
I haven't gotten.
No, I actually no. Early on,
character die, but I haven't.
In early on the sewers, I think I got a couple game overs. I ran into an enemy that just wiped me. But outside of that, I've experienced some challenge with the mini games, like to beat some of them. Like it took me a night and a morning to beat Boshi.
Yeah, I didn't beat it. I didn't beat Boshi.
That was tough. And also the musical rhythm game where the tadpoles are, like it's just kind of like a different style of playing. Like there are some rhythm based mini games. It took me a while to kind of adapt to it, but I eventually figured it out. Once I did, I was like, oh, this is actually, pretty good.
Yeah, as I said, I don't think it's a bad game. I think back in the day, I probably would have thought different as a kid playing it. But just as an adult now that's played so many RPGs, like it really is like an introductory RPG, which is fine. I also just don't think in today's world it's the best introductory RPG. And I thought I was the only person who thought like the fact that they didn't make the controls any better than when it was on a D-pad, bothered me. And so I had my kids try the game out because again, I think it's a kids RPG, and even my kids were annoyed with how the thing controlled. So like they're not even used to games controlling like that anymore. So I don't know. Like I just think that if they I think they wanted to stay so true to the original for everyone who's into it for the nostalgia but I think there's ways they could have modernized it, or at least offered some modernization options that maybe would have made it a bit more enjoyable, at least for like my kids, because my kids, they have no desire to keep playing with it because they hate the controls. So just like character movement and jumping, like it's just really bad for them. And I understand it can be frustrating when you're trying to jump up on this little square, but the depth perception isn't right, and you can only move in 4 directions, and it's hard to line it up as these enemies that you're trying to avoid can basically move in any direction they want, but you can't. It's just.
Glenn is looking at you like he's gonna strangle you, bro. Like he's
they're
like,
used to modern gaming.
no
I grew
way.
up with the whole directional, but like my kids didn't. So like the depth perception's off. They get really frustrated with it because like, why? When I had no problem with Mario Odyssey, why am I having a hard time running and jumping on a cliff?
Len, how do you feel about his critiques? Are you gonna just let him just roll by with all these attacks?
I don't think I really disagree with some of the stuff he's saying. I mean, like, you can definitely tell that this is like Nintendo's first Mario RPG. It's very safe. It doesn't do like the story. I'm gonna even say the story is kind of bad, honestly, if you ask me. I mean, you collect stars.
I didn't even go there.
You get to the
I
end.
had to beat the game before I can say that. That's why I'm trying to keep that in.
But I'll put it out. The story, yeah. After playing like the 1,000-Year Door and stuff, I'm like, okay, the story's okay. Like it's like you collect stars, you move on.
Yeah. See, I love the 1,000-Year Door story, and so far I'm not impressed with this compared to that.
Yeah, I agree. It does feel like I know like people would get mad, but like Baby Mario, like baby's first RPG or something. It's very simple. I mean, it's got the bare bones. Like you said, I do wish they kind of added some stuff to modernize it. Maybe even added some more like enemies, bosses, expanded some of the gameplay a little bit more. But like you'll see lots of attacks from the same bosses, the same enemies, the same type of special attacks and stuff. But yeah, $40, I agree. I think if it was $40, it would make more sense.
Yeah, and like. Wow. I'm glad that someone else feels this way on the show, and
I just want to clarify, right? I actually don't disagree.
Also wanted to chime in quick. He just wanted to say he completed Mario RPG Remake, and as far as 90 JRPGs go, it's bottom tier. And he's now talking about
I disagree with.
I mean,
look.
Final Fantasy 2 and 3. Let me defend the game. Let me just actually. So I just want to actually.
If he's talking about as a whole, I don't think it makes sense. But like bottom tier, if he's talking like specifically in terms of how easy it is or like difficulty, I could see that making sense.
Not that, and that I would say is fair. I just think that with Mario
JRPGs we had back then, Chrono Cross, Secret of Mana.
They were
we had the other ones like Rhapsody. Like, that was easier than Mario RPG, and that was by Square. Like
which one?
Yeah,
Rhapsody.
Oh yeah, but nobody played that.
Musical adventure. Yes, because it was easy. It was very similar to Mario.
It was a bad game.
It's actually
the only point I want to make.
I only vaguely remember.
It's very similar quality to Mario RPG. It's just people want more challenging ones. So
if it's a very similar quality, then you should agree that it's a bottom tier RPG.
I didn't say I agree or disagree.
I do
think it's easier, and for me, that does affect my enjoyment. So yes, for me personally, it would.
Yeah, I like challenge in RPGs. To be clear, like I really do. That's why I play them. I like the challenge.
I actually like Mario RPG because it's simple, because it's easy. And you guys know I like challenging games. But not everything has to be a brutal thing that's going to challenge me in every direction. Sometimes I just want to kind of relax, right? And I think it's kind of more of a relaxing chill RPG that's not a huge time investment. You can be, like I said, you can beat the game in probably like 10 to 12 hours, right? Like, and for me, like I think I'm going to 100% the game and beat it in about 10 to 12 hours.
Sure.
But it's fun. I've been immersed in the world. I've enjoyed the characters, the personality, the visuals, and the combat is good. It's not extremely challenging. Some of the mini games, like I said, are challenging, but I think I think the game can be easy. And I understand where you're coming from in terms of maybe feeling like an introductory RPG for kids. Like I can kind of see that.
That's probably what it was meant to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the first Mario RPG. It's Super Mario RPG. Like it's kind of the name, right?
And then they went 1,000-Year Door, and it just like is so much better.
Well, that's
in my opinion.
1,000-Year Door is Mario RPG 3, right? You had Paper Mario before that, but.
Yeah, I know. Paper Mario.
Yeah, you brought up how you don't like it as much as like Paper Mario 1,000-Year Door.
Yeah.
And did you guys see like OJ's video saying like Nintendo releasing this and then the remake of that so close together, like that he thinks they might be testing the waters to go back
to
the
the
original Paper
release
Mario
style.
formula.
Yeah, they probably are, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably helps that these are $60 because then they can be like, well, if they really want it, they'll buy it at this price. And if enough people do, maybe they will go that direction.
But to back up my, and again, this all came on my launch stream. Tyspurk brought up with a member chat here saying, with Metroid Prime Remaster being 40, it definitely feels overpriced. And I'm like, yeah, that was an example I brought up.
That's a good point, actually.
That being $40, like, how is this at 60? But it is what it is. That's what I've been playing, and that's probably gonna hear me saying the same thing next week. Hopefully, I have it beat by the next episode. Especially if I'm not 100%ing it, because really it's the mini games that are gonna hold me back a bit on 100%ing. And I admit there's some challenge, but again, a lot of the challenge in the video games is because of the bad controls.
The reason the game's 60, by the way, is because it's a Mario RPG. If it was a Metroid or a Fire Emblem RPG remake, it would have been cheaper.
I just don't.
You understand the point I'm making, though, right?
$60. I just don't.
But they priced it at that price because they thought they could get away with it. It's that simple.
Oh, well, yeah, they can price everything at that price, and they'll probably get away with it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're like,
sometimes they release games for $50 on Wii U and then bring them to here for 60 and get away with it with no changes.
Yeah,
anyway.
Tropical.
That being said, enough criticism of Nintendo. Let's get into some fun stuff, shall we? Our first topic. All the topics today are a bit speculative, but this first one's really interesting because we're going to talk about what we think Nintendo's big games are going to be next year. Now, I even put in my notes, yes, I kind of got this idea from watching a Nintendo Land video because he did a video on it. But it's interesting because we already know about a bunch of smaller or mid-tier titles next year. And guys, it's all opinions, but remakes and remasters to me are not what I would consider big deals unless it's a from-the-ground remake. And none of these really feel like that. Maybe Mario vs. Donkey Kong might be, but it's a shorter game, a smaller game. Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon definitely just looks like they're HDing Luigi's Mansion 2. It doesn't really look like, so far. Maybe that'll change by the time we see it again.
I mean, it has the HD in the title. Like it's already
yeah. Like it's not a
foregone conclusion that it's not a remake. Yeah.
Then we have Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door coming back, and then Splatoon 3 Side Order DLC is coming as well. If some people will think that's a pretty big deal. And then Princess Peach Showtime is like the brand new game we actually know is coming next year. And again, Princess Peach Showtime, you can say what you want to me, Mario movie and all this. It's still, to me, it's a Mario spin-off game. It's a smaller title to me, but some people might think it's a big title. I honestly don't know. Got to play the damn thing first to really, just on the surface level, it just kind of looks like, it's like bringing out another Kirby game. Like it's just one of those filler titles they bring out that's pretty good, but isn't that title that gets everyone excited. Like I'll say right now, as someone who's following all these Nintendo content creators, as someone who's in some of the social media stuff with the fans, I don't see anybody talking about this game at all. And that's to just let you know, it's probably not considered that big of a deal. Whereas if a Metroid Prime 4 was announced or we had a 3D Mario to look forward to, that kind of stuff's going to keep getting talked about. And sometimes it is still being talked about. Hello, Metroid Prime 4 video on Just Restart. That stuff's getting talked about, and Nintendo's not the one doing it. So, it kind of lets you know that they don't really have anything big confirmed right now for next year. So there is obviously some reasons that many people think this is the case. A lot of people think Nintendo Switch 2 is coming, so Nintendo's just sort of holding back until that announcement. So that could play into it, and it can also play into what we think are going to be the big games. So we're going to get into talking a little bit about what other remakes and remasters we think might be coming next year. But before that, let's go. What big titles do we think Nintendo's dropping next year? Like, what are we thinking? What are we looking at?
Do we each get one?
Sure. Let's give each one. And you have to pick a different one.
Okay.
Well,
it's going to get harder if we go last.
Who's taking the easy one right off? Eric, take the easy one.
Take the easy one?
All right.
Okay. Luigi's Mansion 4.
Oh!
Okay.
That was not the easy one I was thinking of. Oh, damn.
That's probably in development.
Are we talking about for the Nintendo Switch or for the year as a whole, including Switch 2?
We're just going year as a whole. Okay. So Switch or Switch 2 doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
PS5.
Luigi's
Oh,
Mansion
That's
4.
a joke.
Why
No,
did
not
everybody get
PS5.
Luigi's
Not
Mansion 4?
PS5.
I mean, it's been a while
2019.
since Luigi's Mansion 3. I mean, it feels like the right time.
Yeah.
I mean, you could kind of base a little bit around kind of the, Luigi being trapped in the castle in the movie, and kind of throw a little bit of play on that a little bit, and I don't know. I mean,
I like it.
be interesting.
That is not
I
one
do
I thought
have a
was going to be brought
theory
up.
that the sequel to the Mario movie will be like a Luigi's Mansion type movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of makes sense to have a game come out with it.
Yeah.
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 I'll tell you that they've had a pattern recently of coming out with a game every 3 years, starting with Dark Moon on 3DS. Then 2016 was Prime Federation Force. 2019 was Luigi's Mansion 3. 2022 is Mario Strikers Battle League. You could argue that's a smaller game than Luigi's Mansion 3. So 2024 is not a
I don't even think
total
it's an
stretch.
argument. You can just look at the sales. Like Luigi's Mansion 3 is so much bigger.
I mean, I'm talking about in terms of development effort and time, right? So like,
And they might
Should
have
they-
multiple teams at this point since Nintendo bought them.
yeah. I mean, they used to make more than one game per year, right? But lately they've been focused. I mean, now they're owned by Nintendo, so they only make games for Nintendo. But I mean, yeah, I've been expecting a game from them by 2025 just based off the pattern. And Luigi's Mansion 4, like,
Hell yeah,
that,
dude.
I think that's a safe bet. I mean,
Dude, three
that
to me
series
is one of my
good
favorite
now.
games on Switch. So like even the idea of a Luigi's Mansion 4, I mean, right now, with nothing else technically really announced for next year, that would be my Nintendo GOTY if that dropped for next year, because damn, dude. I mean, I'm saying that already without even playing it, but that's just based on reputation of Luigi's Mansion 3. And because to me, I thought Luigi's Mansion 3 had a lot to prove, because to me, Dark Moon just kind of was a letdown compared to the first one. But then they just hit a home run with 3. So
I think we're getting Luigi's Mansion 1.
okay.
Oh yeah. I mean,
That's not my big game, by the way.
That's a remake remaster. But we can get to that later.
I just think it's gonna be like a Pikmin 1 and 2 thing.
Sure. We'll see. We'll see. We'll get the
I just mean like a basic port that's HD upscale with some quality of updates. Like if you have 2 and 3 on Switch, why you might as well put 1. That's all I'm getting at.
Makes sense.
Jake, give us a big game. Big game next year.
A non-main series Pokemon game. Like Let's Go, Johto, or Black and White 3, a remake. Just not like the next generation.
Okay, like a remake.
Legends?
A Legends would be sick.
Legends?
Or a Legends, yeah.
Legends!
One of
Legends
those
would be sick.
options.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, they're for sure.
I'll go next Legends day one, man.
Yeah. That's
Hell
definitely
yeah. But it could obviously be a remake, because they do that remake remaster. A Let's Go if they want to go back to that.
It might be something totally new. Like they've come up with a few different ideas. Like they might just do something else. I'll just say it. I saw the other day there's this thing called Poke MMO, and Poke MMO. It's definitely not by Pokemon Company or Nintendo, but it includes like 5 different maps from the old games into one as an MMO. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Yeah.
All right, man. Pokemon. Let's go to Landon. What's the big game next year? What are we doing?
I gotta say it, right?
Well, I'm surprised it hasn't been said already.
I can't believe it. So
3 people.
I think we're just trying to be sweet and kind.
Yeah. We're trying to like Landon's the Mario guy. Let him go.
Yeah. So Punch Out. No.
Yes! Let's go. Yes! 4K Punch Out. We'll be able to see the particles of sweat within the particles of sweat.
Hey, yeah, it'd be nice, but come on. I mean, open world Mario, it's time. All those rumors, all those leaks. I'm ready for it. I mean,
they gotta bring back present day Mike Tyson also.
That too.
Like the punch he throws in the hangover.
In Mario? In Mario? Final Mario?
It's a punch out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He changed. He was okay.
I know.
Did you guys see the Nash Weedle rumor about the Mario visiting other Nintendo worlds?
I watched the video and I was like, this is so crazy that Nintendo could definitely do this.
Like I saw it. I was like, at first I was like, nah,
Nintendo,
bullshit.
That's for sure.
But like I thought about it a little bit more, and I was like, if it's kind of like them going the direction of what they did with Wonder, where they're kind of just doing something like off the wall, like crazy ideas, and maybe the direction for next Mario is just going to a whole bunch of different crazy worlds, and some of them are like other Nintendo worlds, I could believe that. Only if some of them are, right? Like if the majority are, that feels like Smash 3D, which would be crazy.
You know what that rumor gave me vibes of? Nightmare Before Christmas. With all the portals to the different holidays, except this is the portal to the different Nintendo IPs.
Okay.
And then there has to be a reason that he's going through it, of course. But
seeing the Christmas tree behind you, it kind of just makes me want to believe you.
got some Christmas hope over here.
You could almost be like a Kingdom Hearts style game, but the worlds are the Nintendo worlds.
Yeah, well, we're gonna be talking about a lot of Mario a little bit later, so we'll stop right there because there's so much more we could say about Mario. Mike Odyssey.
Well,
yeah, you're a dreamer, so just drop the dream. What's the dream game next year?
I'm gonna go ahead and pick not a dream but a rumor, just because I think it will be awesome if they do this. This Ocarina of Time remake.
All right. Okay. That's very respectful and kind of you.
But I do want to add,
you do have a whole remake remaster section about to come up, but hey, we'll jump the gun.
But I do want to add that if they do I'm gonna go over to Eric, and if they do Luigi's Mansion 4, I think Luma Lee should be the bad guy in that movie, in his little cage like that, all evil and everything like that. And then all of a sudden he turns into like a big bag, like a very creepy little guy, just kind of like
right
going behind you everywhere. you hear his voice like in whatever castle.
The giggles at random.
Yeah, like a giggle and say, the sweet release of death.
I kind of like what you're going with this, because correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Lumas are potential new stars, right? Like that's like the lore from Mario Galaxy. So imagine like a reverse of that, where a dying star becomes a Luma. And so dying star, death, afterlife, Luigi's Mansion, like I could kind of see them.
Yeah.
Like I actually think that's somewhat conceivable.
Luigi enters a room and all of a sudden you see a whole bunch of Luma these in little cages saying like death is on its way and all this.
That'd be fun.
Andres, what do you got over there?
Well, I just want to say that I love that Mike mentioned Ocarina of Time remake. Like I think we got kind of like a really, you guys have picked the games that I'm kind of like, yeah, these are going to be the big games coming. But I'm gonna say it. I don't think I need to be respectful to you, Nate, because you weren't going to pick this. You were going to expect me to pick it. So I'm. That's my hands.
Or
Samus is going to be starring in a major release next year, the biggest release for the entire franchise. It's going to be not a remake of Metroid Other M, but the actual release of Metroid Prime 4, and it's going to blow our minds to smithereens. It's gonna be amazing.
I can literally shave my eyebrows if that game doesn't get announced in February.
All right, is that a bet? Yeah, can we write that down somewhere? I have a whitewboard. I could write it down and I'll remember. Like I can just put it there. If we're not that far off,
I'll do one. My wife wasn't killing me that much.
You guys took a lot of good ones. I saved myself for last to make it harder on me. Yeah. So it's kind of weird.
Third parties.
You can. I mean, no, we were talking about Nintendo.
Okay,
so we're
okay. This is tough.
Because like my thing is, what game I want to pick depends. Like if Switch 2 comes out in summer, then I think Mario Kart's dropping next year.
Mario Kart.
Interesting.
But if it's more like a fall, I don't think it's going to happen. Then they'll wait for the next year. So then the Donkey Kong game is finally coming.
Donkey Kong.
That's actually a good. That's a good prediction because the park is opening next year. So.
Yeah, we got the park opening. We don't know, if that Donkey Kong spin-off movie is happening or not. They'll announce it whenever they feel like announcing it. It could be announced closer to when the park opens, for crying out loud. Who knows?
Yeah.
But like, if they've been working on it again, we don't even know if it's side-scrolling. We don't know if it's 3D. We don't know what the hell's going on, except supposedly all the rumors point that it exists. So let's go. Let's bring it out. It's time. I need some DK. We technically haven't had a brand new Donkey Kong game since 2014. It's time. Time for Donkey Kong to come back. But again, caveat, if it's a summer release, I do think then they might drop Mario Kart for the holidays, but we'll see. We'll see. Cool. Well, I don't really have much more for that other than I just wanted to add this for fun. Remakes and remasters. I mean, Mike already he just did his big game and remake in the same one in Ocarina of Time.
I have a couple more remakes.
Sure. You got, you know what? Let's just open the floor. Unlimited. It don't matter. Remakes, remasters. What ones do we think might happen next year? Besides what's already announced.
The Ocarina of Time remake, like with the speculation now that maybe Switch 2 comes out summer, you know, it's kind of like something I've been talking about for a while. Like if Nintendo comes out late summer, early fall, they give them some months leading up to the holidays. And I think that kind of leaves it for where like 3D Mario is going to be like the big Switch 2 exclusive for the holiday, but they're going to need a really big launch title. And while I'm a big Metroid fan, I think Nintendo is going to really push things with Metroid Prime 4. I don't know if they feel confident in that being the launch title. Launch window, sure. Like maybe in the first 2 months it comes out, but I think they need something else for the launch title. And I think an Ocarina of Time remake would probably be a really good launch title.
I think so too.
That would be interesting.
It would showcase the Switch.
They wouldn't do it in like Breath of the Wild graphics though, right? They would do like realistic 3D.
Maybe new art style.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean, like to a point.
I mean, I think imagine if Ocarina of Time was made today for like a PlayStation 4.
Okay.
I don't know that Nintendo's going to go realistic though anymore.
Well, I don't think Ocarina of Time is realistic, right? We just, you know, Ocarina of Time had its own kind
Just
of
not
unique art style.
is what I mean.
No, I don't think. I don't think. I mean,
It's hard
I'd be
to
a little
know.
disappointed if
Nintendo-
that's what they did. But I mean, you know,
Yeah. I'll just throw out there because you know I'm in that Metroid kind of mood. Prime 2, 3.
Dual pack.
Prime 2 and 3. Let's go. Get that next year.
Remake
Shadow
or
Drop next
HD?
direct. Let's do it. Oh.
I now see why you didn't like that I mentioned Luigi's Mansion 1 because you wanted to save the remaster talk afterwards.
I really no, it's okay.
I get it now.
Okay.
I'm bowing out.
Dude, yeah. It's funny too because Mike Odyssey is the one that went with the big one with Ocarina of Time.
But that one I think constitutes a big.
It's a big
though.
game. It would probably be a big game that sells pretty well. Yeah, too. So, I mean, any remake and remaster technically could. It just depends, you know.
Like I mean, you know, 1,000 Year Door, I would say is about as big as a remake.
I mean, I think it's gonna sell as well as any other paper.
Wait, I think I got a good like kind of off the wall one. Do you think there's any world where they remake an old Animal Crossing like City Folk, but make it like modern? But instead of trying to come up with a new scenario, they kind of recycle one of those. Now that they have such a bigger audience.
And that's interesting because
it's true.
New Leaf's really when it started to blow up.
Yeah, but then
City Folk was
City
the
Folk
DS one?
Pandemic and New Horizons just New Leaf was like gasoline, but that was the flame.
City Folk was the DS version, right?
No, Wii.
That was Wii. City Folk was Wii.
Wild World was the
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Wild. Yeah. I think Jake's right. I don't know. I didn't double check through Google, but I'm pretty sure he's right.
It is.
Man,
Maybe they'll remake Animal Crossing Amiibo Plaza.
I swear they bring back no. You know what? Here's what they can remake. Switch 2 coming back. Bring back Street Pass and all the Street Pass games. Let's go.
You know,
Bring it back.
actually, since we're on that note, Tamagotchi Life remaster. That would probably sell a lot.
Or a sequel.
Yeah.
Or a sequel. Yeah. I wouldn't care for it, but I know a lot of people would. That game sold like 7-something million on 3DS. And I was looking at this the other day. Grezza remastered Miitopia, and the Switch remaster of Miitopia sold better than the 3DS one. So, you know, maybe something similar will happen if they remaster Tamagotchi Life.
Sure.
I'm gonna stick
You
with
know, it's funny thinking of that because I don't know why this just triggered my mind. Who thought Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp would be up for an award this year?
right.
It's not going to win.
Yeah.
But I literally, when the Game Awards stuff was announced, I was like, wait, that made an award?
It's a nominee. It's good. Nominee.
Don't get me wrong. This isn't me insulting the game. It's like, but nobody played it. Like the sales were putrid, and it somehow got. Hey, you know what?
So
They just threw it in there.
I think there was just I think the panel, I think they just didn't play enough games in that category, so it just got the default.
I mean, it's good. It's good.
It is a good game. Yeah.
Yeah. Good pair of games.
Oh, did you hear also in the Q&A where Jeff put his foot in his mouth over indie games? He also said that this year they did consider adding a remake/remaster category.
They should have.
They didn't, but it's like probably going to happen one of these years.
That's good because it inspires, pushes more remakes and remasters to come.
You know what I hope they do? I hope they have a segment during the Game Awards where like, hey, so Metroid Prime Remastered came out this year. Wasn't that pretty great? Okay, here's a premiere of Metroid Prime 4. Not a world premiere. Apparently, I saw your video earlier, Nate, that apparently they're not doing world premieres anymore. But
can you imagine
whatever they're going to call them?
They're not calling it world premieres.
So can you imagine they do that and then they present like a McDonald's commercial?
They just better have something.
What, Samus toys and
not
McDonald's
world premieres.
Something like that.
The world premiere title card let me know I was watching something new, because sometimes they would have that and then you'd watch an ad and you wouldn't even know if it's an ad or not.
A new premiere. How about that? Well, like, what's the reasoning? Is it like why are they no longer doing that?
Because he said, "What does a world premiere mean, anyways?" Well, I don't know, Jeff. It was your term.
I mean,
you tell us. You're the one that made it up world premiere.
Doesn't it mean that's a trailer that's presented for the first time to the world?
Yeah, that's what I always thought. It was just like, hey, this is the first time showing of whatever this trailer is. Yeah,
I mean,
but like, I thought it was pretty self-explanatory at this point. You've been doing it for a decade, but I guess now we need to dump it because we don't need more.
Was there maybe like some issue because
it was Bill Clinton's rabbi, because that's why they had to get rid of it.
That's the remake we want. Remake.
I wish that I could meet Jeff Keighley's mother just so I could tell her how much her son sucks.
Oh my god!
By the way, I googled the word
as an official co-streamer. I do not. Jake Randall's not part of Nintendo Prime. Just want to clarify.
His face is on the thumbnail, buddy.
His thoughts and words do not represent the feelings of Nintendo Prime.
You gotta have like
I can't help that your face is like your literal avatar for your channel. If you notice, that's what all of them are.
Yeah.
Whose face is on the 3 thumbnails before this one?
I don't know. It's irrelevant now.
I know you don't watch my content. Thanks for admitting. All right.
I got my remakes.
I wouldn't watch my content either.
I'm gonna keep Zelda, but remake Oracle Seasons and Oracle of Ages as a dual pack. And then
let's go.
I'll Link's Awakening style.
Oh my god! Just take my money.
That's my remake.
Mike, you should be on the decision team over there. Just take my money. They want to literally make my bank account cry. Drop Ocarina of Time with Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, all remakes, same year. I will cry.
I feel like those Ocarina of Time, those 2 games have a better chance of the actual Ocarina of Time making it in 2024, just because it's been in the rumorville for a longer period of time, right? The seasons.
Ocarina of Time has been rumored for like what, 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, I think Ocarina of Time has been technically rumored for 2 or 3 years. Like, I remember Game Over Jesse talking about it.
Yeah, I think this was rumored around the Skyward Sword HD time. Like,
yeah,
that's 3 years. That's what I mean. Skyward Sword HD came out 2021.
Yeah.
Okay,
so at least 2 years.
It's been
yeah.
Ever since we got the Ocarina of Time trademark.
Let's just get all of it. Who cares?
How about third-party games? Chronos Cross. I want Chronos Cross to be remade.
Hey, I said remade. It don't have to be Nintendo.
Chronos Trigger to be remade, and the RPGs. Chronos Trigger.
I did find it interesting that like Jake, you brought up how Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are on sale right now. On the Switch eShop, like they're on sale for like 75% off on the Switch eShop. Like,
yeah.
But Baldur's Gate 3 is not on Switch. It just kind of gets me thinking that game will definitely come to Switch too.
Oh, So like even thinking about third parties, like Switch 2 comes next year. I think it'll probably just be a port, but what if it's not and it's Elden Ring remastered?
Ooh.
So on the
You could probably
DLC,
just like include the DLC,
or
that
at least like a
the-
complete edition. Yeah, that also Resident Evil 4 remake. Monster. And you asked for a new game. Monster Hunter is rumored,
Yeah, it's heavily rumored.
and it's about time.
Yeah, could be a new world, and if it's a new world, oh my god, it's gonna. The guy go look at the sales of Monster Hunter World. It's massive, and it wasn't even on Nintendo this time. I think it's gonna be on.
What
Nintendo.
are they like exclusive or just like
No. It'll be World's gonna stay multi-plat.
But what's interesting though is if that happens, that could be a shift for the Monster Hunter formula, because what they've been doing is they have one version of Monster Hunter for the other platforms, and then they have the Monster Hunter.
Well, to be fair,
Nintendo.
the Nintendo platform couldn't run World. I don't think it was a choice of like platform.
Right.
Nintendo couldn't run it.
But like the 3DS, had several Monster Hunter games, and
World's the first one of its type in the Monster Hunter
Sure.
series. So I literally just think it's because Nintendo system couldn't run it, so it wasn't even a consideration at the time.
Yeah.
But I think
But
Switch 2
I guess
good. So
what I'm getting at is, what do they do if it's all in one? It's all just one game, right? Like maybe I guess they would just.
I don't really think it matters. It would just be multi-platform like World was, and then they will still have the standard style. Whether Nintendo buys a timed exclusivity with it again, I don't know. But that game is now going to other platforms as well.
You think it would just be still both styles of Monster Hunter moving forward?
Yeah, I don't know why they get rid of them. They both sell really well.
Mm.
They just stagger the releases.
I mean, Rise kind of. They already cut away from the loading times between the zones. Like it's not that different.
The gameplay is what's different. Have you played a lot of World? Like the gameplay is
World.
World is fundamentally different gameplay.
How is it different?
Standard. It's
I know it's streamlined.
It's very streamlined.
I've seen a lot of footage of it, but
it's more like an action adventure kind of game.
Oh yeah, like the RPG kind of game.
It's much more action adventure style combat than it is.
I like the story better.
Traditional Monster Hunter, which is fine. They wanted to have it appeal more in the West, and it worked. It sold really, really well doing that. So
yeah,
I think both styles will continue to go.
And then they have stories also, right? Monster Hunter stories.
Oh, the chat's like Nate wants to drink rum chata. Did someone just notice in the pinned comment? It mentions, "Oh, I'll do shots tonight too." It's a super chat thing. Anyways, it is good. I did one already for the $5.
Oh yeah. Horchata?
Baby.
Is that horchata with rum?
Rum chata, peppermint bark flavor. For the
is it horchata like the Mexican drink horchata with?
I don't know. Is it?
Yes.
I don't know. I guess it's the same thing. Beats me.
Yeah, horchata's good.
Give it to Eric. Well, there's probably only one shot left in that thing. It's almost empty. There's other boozes though. We'll see if those get cracked into. Anyways. Cool.
I mean,
anyone got some other remakes they want to add in?
Be interesting to see like a Yoshi remaster pack, like
Yoshi Island,
everything, just do everything.
You know how many Yoshi games there are?
Several.
Oh man, there's no way they're gonna do like a Yoshi All Stars with like 8 games.
Why not? I mean, at the very least, give us a Kirby and the Forgotten Land style Yoshi.
I'll tell you what they should do. Give us Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Right? That would be sick.
At the very least.
At the very least, a brand new game that might take Yoshi to like the best selling it's ever been. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is great.
Yeah.
I mean, that was such a great direct. Like that because that basically took like the Mario 3D World 3D Land style, but brought it to a different IP, and I think it just worked even better with Kirby. It was so good.
Best Kirby game ever made.
Yeah, I don't think that's even debatable. I mean, it probably is for some, but because the gameplay is so different from the side scrollers.
Yeah.
I still think like beyond the fabled Wind Waker Twilight Princess double pack, that they really need to give us Galaxy 2 already, because a lot of people want that.
Yeah.
It wasn't in 3D All Stars, so it's like, are you just going to release that on its own? I mean, you could, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they save it for like a Switch 2.
I'll tell you this, it will be probably at least $60, even though people but 3D All Stars, I'll tell you, they did it with
Awesome.
Mario RPG. If they did it with that, they're going to do it with Galaxy 2.
I think it depends on how they go about it.
When when they did all 3 games at 60 plus, they did Prime
You know what
Remastered
Nintendo
at
will
40.
say? No, they'll say the 3D All Stars was 60 for 3 because it was a limited release. This won't be a
That doesn't
limited.
make any sense.
All right, guys, I need to do something.
That's Nintendo, baby.
It's not
What-
looking well. I need to fix something real quick because this is not working out for me, and it's not really uniform. So I'm gonna go ahead and just gonna switch here, put myself in the snow like Nate and
There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
For audio
There you go.
listeners, I think he just got jealous of the Christmas snow behind us. So he's like, I got a TV
There you
too.
go.
Let me do it.
Is my snow falling?
Yeah, there you go.
There you
there you go.
It is. It's falling.
Landon, you got any remakes or remasters popping in your mind?
Punch Out.
Ah,
There you go.
there it is.
There you go.
There it is. What a shocker. Punch Out, baby. Which one, though? Which one?
The Wii one.
The
Because
Wii
Wii
one
one
really
with the
good.
motion controls. Let's go.
yeah, we got the Joy-Con. Why not? It makes sense. I mean,
Dude,
that art
some of
style
those
would look
plastic
really
boxing
good.
gloves,
Up
baby.
scale.
Would you consider Arms 2 to be this? If either of those got announced, that would count.
uh,
Or if they release Legs,
You know,
I'd
you
be
know what's
hyped for
funny?
Legs. I
You know
want
what
Legs.
joke?
It would
There
be.
could be an ARMS too, because they
Yeah.
could just view ARMS as a once per generation game. It actually sold well
No,
for a
dude,
fighting
I
game.
still hold out that the reason they did Switch Sports with the leg strap because they're
Sure.
planning Legs.
it's
They're
coming.
planning it.
That's gonna be nuts.
Not
And it
going-
will
That
be
would be
glorious.
insane if they do legs. Legs are so
Oh
much
my
harder to
God.
start kicking and throwing than.
Oh, they
arms.
have-
Dude, and
They
then
have to
imagine
call
arms
Arms.
and legs.
They have a game called Arms, so it's just fair that they do have legs.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
What's
They
next?
also
Butts
gotta
after
do-
that? They put a
Yeah.
butt
Oh.
strap on and we just you twerk to fight.
What
I
are-
mean,
what are
there's
we doing?
there's an anime
Dude,
where you
that
just
would be
fight with your
so
butt.
funny.
That
Imagine
would,
watching
dude, you know,
us
there would
stream
be
that.
memes and video. Dude, it'd be all over TikTok. They would go viral if they released a game where you had to twerk.
We should do it.
Game might already exist.
Why are we not
There
funding
probably
this?
is an indie game that does it that no one even knows about.
Yeah, like that
You
jumper.
can sell special underwear that you put your Joy-Cons
Oh,
in.
You got to get your Nintendo underoos for your
Yeah.
Joy-Cons. Now, what's that slot back there by your butt crack? Oh, don't worry, you slide it in there.
That is my butt crack. What are you talking about?
That's
That's literally what a butt crack is. It is the slot.
The Joy-Con.
Don't consider it
He's
that.
not wrong. He's not wrong.
Hey, there's still
All
one more
right.
game we haven't talked about though.
What's that?
Well,
That's Kid Icarus.
There you go.
Oh,
I think-
Zachary would go nuts.
Star
I think
Fox
with those
Like, he might be
Adventures,
mad if
baby.
he's not involved in it, but
Yeah,
and
I
then
mean,
Namco still has that job listing for
Yeah.
the 3D action game.
yep.
yep. And
What a crossover.
Zachary is like keeps bringing it up like every fourth video he makes.
Yeah.
He wants it
I-
so bad.
I guess with that one, I just wonder because the last time he kind of talked about it, it felt like it wasn't in the works, but he wants it in the works.
Yeah, it felt like he was begging, like,
Yeah,
like
so-
a public plea. Hey,
Yeah.
let me do this.
I think it's going to happen. I guess I'm just not sure if it's happening yet. But
Well,
I
what
mean,
if
if
it
it's a
was and
remaster,
Sakurai's
it, it
being
wouldn't
coy?
take years. It'd probably take like 1 or 2 years. You know, so
But
Really?
what if it's been going on this whole time though, and he's just been being coy about it, and they told him that he's allowed to like just mention
Lie.
it, but he can't say it's coming.
Yeah,
yeah, you
Just,
could lie
I'd really,
about it.
really be nice if I could do this. Meanwhile, he's actually doing it. It's just not announced yet.
They actually
Maybe.
did that with Skyward Sword. I mean, during the
Yup.
orchestra thing, I
Yup.
remember Aonuma said
Nintendo
like,
denied it.
Yeah.
if he's like,
It
no,
came
it's not
on
coming. It came
stage.
like next
Hey,
year.
Skyward Sword HD, right? It says it right on stage at the concert. Everyone goes nuts. The very next day, press release Nintendo. That was not an announcement. Skyward Sword HD is currently not in development. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, well, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
You know, what's interesting is that we're still not done. There still are more rumored remaster remakes from
Oh,
Nintendo.
you know, what if it's funny? What if Skyward Sword HD wasn't in development at the time, but because he went on stage and did
Said
that, he
that.
forced them to have to,
Yeah.
to okay.
Yeah, no
the
way.
project.
No, that's no shot.
Because Skyward Sword was their worst selling 3D Zelda. There
No,
could have
they
been a
were
real
already
thing where they
working
don't
on
want to
it.
do it.
it
Yeah,
didn't have much of a development cycle. Like it was
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
And that was 2019. If they would have
like,
started
I-
Gab
like,
after he said that, then easily could have been done by 2021.
we might be able to do some sleuthing and figure out when the development for that began.
Because if it happened after that, then that literally would have been because he went on stage and said that, and Nintendo's like, oh,
He
shit.
probably wanted it to happen, right?
Yeah,
And
maybe he
had
didn't
gotten
talk to anyone
started
about
yet.
it. Then he said it publicly, and you're like, oh, because like
And so
Nintendo,
when
'cause-
yeah,
IGN runs the whole Zelda IP. So for like to him get on stage and say that, and then Nintendo to deny it the next day is kind of like, Oh, so you did something Nintendo didn't want you to do. So, that's not usual when you're in the position.
They were
you're
already working on it though. They just didn't want it out yet.
in. Well, we don't know.
Maybe,
we have to find out when
maybe
that
they were
started.
just hunting for a studio to remaster it first.
You know where it might be. Did they do an Ask series on that? Maybe it's in there, saying when they started development.
Maybe.
Let's do some sleuthing on that. Find out.
Yeah, but there's still 2 more that we've heard about that haven't been mentioned yet. One is a Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War, and also F-Zero GX.
I wouldn't be shocked if both of those drop next year. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think these last like 2 or so years of Switch or 3, that's when we're gonna see like all these like remasters that we've been wanting to see, the Galaxy 2s, the Kid Icarus Uprisings. I think that this is the time for it to happen.
If they do more work with Galaxy 2 than they did with Galaxy 1, are people gonna be mad?
Why would they?
They're gonna be mad that we're gonna play Galaxy 2.
But if it's like significantly more remastered, like they've done more to it to make it look even better. I mean, that's good. But then
imagine Galaxy 2, but with more levels.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They could add content. They might. What if they do things they didn't do with Galaxy 1? That's good, but also would fans of Galaxy 1 be like, then why did we get the bastardized?
What if they come out of nowhere and just drop Galaxy 3?
Oh no, I mean, is that because I put that in my thumbnail the other day because I couldn't think of any way to represent 3D Mario besides saying Odyssey 2 again?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm really tired of throwing Odyssey 2 every time I want to talk about 3D Mario.
It's because Andre said, imagine Galaxy 2 with more levels.
Yeah.
That's what that would be. Galaxy 3.
Yeah. But have they ever gone back to and then added a third installment after they moved on from that theme?
No, but that was such a unique game with like the gravity, like the center of gravity on different planets and the way you like connected and stuff.
It's better than Galaxy 1.
Like it might be worth revisiting.
Yeah, I mean, they have incorporated some of the Galaxy ideas in some of their later games. Like Odyssey had some of them. Even Mario Wonder had some of them. Mario Wonder had those levels where they would change perspective, where you were looking at yourself top down, but running like sideways on the wall, which is very reminiscent of the upside down.
That's very reminiscent of the upside down stuff.
Yeah. So they do revisit a lot of the concepts and ideas, at least.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, heck, they even had some space levels.
But honestly, to have like multiple planets could potentially look really good on their next generation system, right? Like
they could do.
Dude, Mario is going to look gorgeous on the next system.
No matter what they do,
that's a way to showcase it. Like, you know what I mean? Like a cheap way to get in a lot of like those visuals for people looking at it.
Imagine Mario Kart with ray tracing when it's raining, the rain.
That's going to look so sick.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Mario Kart's going to look so good.
Yeah.
I mean, look, guys, we're still running Mario Kart visuals from the Wii U.
Yeah.
So it's like a double generation jump to the next Mario Kart visually. I can't even imagine. Art style wise, you don't expect it to be like crazy different.
Yeah.
But you'll see. Oh man, I can't wait. It's gonna
I think that's what's gonna happen with Animal Crossing too. You know, Animal Crossing is gonna get a really, really visually like boost, like a visual boost.
Really?
The actual game.
I
think it's gonna keep the cute factor, right? The cute factor, but they're actually gonna look like little teddy bears, you know, like actual teddy bears that you feel like you can actually hug, like you can actually see the texture.
Would that be a little
Animal Crossing crossover?
Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, a little Uncanny Valley-ish a bit.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll.
I think they like that super cutesy basic art style.
Yeah, they're gonna test art styles, right? Like I wouldn't be surprised if like what Mike is saying is at least something that they test out, and they're gonna be like, "Nah, that's gonna be creepy as hell."
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of development video, like the 8-bit Zelda for Breath of the Wild, and they're like, "Oh, we were trying this like much more realistic. Like, look at the fur on them; it was all cute." And then when we zoomed in, it was like literally nightmare fuel. We had to just nope.
Yeah. In fairness to Mike, he said it would still be kind of Toon like, right? It would just
it'll be the same. It'll just
think like Yoshi's Crafted World, right? Like they have textures, but they're not you know, creepy.
Yeah, I think there's a channel who actually makes the Animal Crossing shorts, like an animated ones. If you look at those, then you can actually have an idea what I'm talking about, like the other.
Okay.
I can see how they can make an Animal Crossing look even better. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be the game that you're gonna be like, oh my god, this is why we got Switch 2. But yeah, it's gonna look
Shout
better.
out, hold on. I gotta just shout out Valimar498. This needs to happen. Xenoblade Chronicles X. What are we doing?
That's the last one.
Oh, that's
that
It
coming.
needs
happened.
to happen.
That's on its
Why
way.
are we not getting it? Just needs why? Let's go.
Listen,
Mid.
listen, all these ports and remakes are proof
Mid.
that backwards compatibility will be a thing.
Dude, they ported some pretty mid Wii U games. So what are we talking about? That doesn't matter.
It's the best Wii U game, so
Oh, there it is. He said it. See, I think Breath of the Wild's a Wii U game. So
best
I
Wii U
think-
exclusive. How about that?
well, there's not that many left at this point. If we want to just talk
The
about
best
games
Wii U
play them on
exclusive,
Switch.
even accounting for ports.
Well, then
game
Breath of the
ported
Wild.
out.
'Cause Breath of the Wild was ported to.
Yeah, that's different because it came out at the same time.
but it was
It's
a
like
port.
a cross-gen release.
It was
Eh.
technically a port. They said the word port when they were doing it. Anyways, I get what you're saying because it didn't launch at the same time. I understand.
I have one.
I'm
more
just trying. I'm
comment.
just trying to
now
like
wanna
give you
check the
shit.
record on that.
I'm trying to give you shit.
I don't even know.
Let me give you shit. God damn it!
Yeah.
Like
So
Zombie
you
U.
Hey,
I
like
consider a
hey,
Wii U game, but
Hey,
it's on
you
the
be
platform.
nice to Andres. Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
You, Jake.
I have,
Hey,
you know, I have
that's
feelings,
keep
right?
it clean.
Look at my
I
dog.
can't see. Oh my
That,
god!
thank you. That is keeping it clean.
That's my dog.
Thank you very much.
I
Got
got
this
one
guy
more
over here
fun one.
keeping
got-
it.
oh, Eric's got another one
keeping
there.
it
What we got?
nasty and
my
not
little
appreciated.
puppy, my little puppy. His name is Linky. Well, Lincoln. I call it Lincoln.
I see what Jake is doing because he says I am the captain now. He's trying to take control. I see what's
Hey,
happening.
you put my face on the podcast.
Oh Lord.
I put a
Yeah.
cartoon
Also-
face of Landon
Also,
on
our
the-
lawyer
once
was
you
in the
put your
chat.
dog there,
and he
everything started
verified
crapping out.
anything I say. You does support your belief.
Yeah, I'd like to
In
see his
Article 5 of
degree.
our contract.
I'd like to see his degree. I know who my lawyer is, and that is not their username.
It's Bahamas de Paras, whatever.
Oh Lord.
Eric, what do you got? Eric's been trying to get this new one in for the last 5 minutes, and we're just keep cutting him off.
No, no, it's fine. I want a Final
Diablo X
Fantasy
2.
Crystal Chronicles remastered.
Final
Okay.
Final
First of all, that game was also mid. The remaster was
freaking
so
awesome.
bad.
The remaster was terrible. The remaster
Yes.
sucks. Nobody
That's why I
likes
wanna
it.
So you want them to
Remaster
remake
again.
it, but do it right. It's not worth it, dude. It's not worth
Eric,
it.
No, it's totally worth
Let
it.
me tell you,
A re-
There's
Final
so many
Are you
Fantasy
other
guys
games that
experiencing
we put
slowdown,
over
or is
that.
it just me?
Just you.
just you.
Remaster.
It's just me. Okay,
Yeah, it's
I'm
just you.
leaving.
Okay. Well, he figures that he's
Yeah.
probably rebooting his computer
Yeah.
or something. Here's
Well,
what
I
I
know
will
it's not
say.
gonna happen,
They're
but-
never going to
Oh, I
bring
know they're
Final
not.
Fantasy Crystal
But-
Chronicles back ever again. Unless
Good.
it's that Wii one, which is completely different and nothing like the original
Yeah.
GameCube one. It's just a normal Final Fantasy game. It's weird. That one might come back. But I don't think they've already brought it back once. It sold like crap. Everyone hated on it. They're never touching that game again.
Remastered. Come on.
At this point, just give me it on NSO and call it a day.
I mean,
The original on
And there's
NSO.
another way Nintendo can actually extend the life of the Switch just by adding GameCube to NSO and then kind of re-releasing games there. You know, people like look forward to GameCube games on NSO. Those games that normally won't get ports, like Animal Crossing 1, you know, could be a really good NSO game.
Sure.
Mario Kart Double Dash could be another good NSO game.
They could honestly just add the original
shout outs to,
N64 Animal Crossing that we never got to NSO expansion pack.
Which one? The what?
So the Animal Crossing that we
Marzanos
got on
from the chat
GameCube was
has
just an
pointed out
enhanced version
elements.
of the Japan N64 game.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They could add it to N64.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
you're
could.
right.
Okay. Any more? Or we going to go to our second topic where Mike's going to take the
Well,
lead for
there
a brief
is one
second
more.
on it. What's that one more? Oh, there's
There's one
always
more.
more. There's
Right.
unlimited amount of remakes and remasters.
I think this one's actually rumored as well. It's
Wrong.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Where's that one rumored?
I like that idea.
I would have
They
to.
like it. I don't know a rumor for that.
It's not rumored for Nintendo necessarily.
I
It's not really a
understand
Nintendo-
that, but I don't even know that it's rumored for anything. But
Well, maybe it's not even necessarily a remake. It's just a Banjo-Kazooie project.
Well, it makes sense. What like the revival of like the Crash Insane trilogy and the Spyro trilogy and Super Mario All Stars. that is like one of the last big ones left from that era that hasn't been done. It would probably sell really well right now. So it would have made sense that Microsoft or Rare, whoever, like saw that when those games were coming out and put someone in charge working on it.
Makes sense.
Possible.
I mean, just financially.
I mean,
it makes
here
sense.
from
Things it
from
would
the
make
Nate
sense.
from
What?
yeah. So I'm looking here. Back in 2021, Nate the Hayden and MVG talked about Banjo-Kazooie making a return.
But did they say they
Yeah.
heard it, or was it just speculation?
No,
Or maybe
I've
both.
heard them mention it before in a few different podcasts. I actually have a podcast here from a while back. But I have to watch and hear the exact words. But I've watched a couple podcasts, or at least one podcast recently where they're like, yeah, it's still happening but it's just been, they haven't heard anything new in a long time.
Well, then they add Banjo-Kazooie to Xbox, that Game Pass thing, and then on Switch at the same time, and they were like comparing, like just last year.
I don't know. What if it's just nuts and bolts though?
Right?
I love
They're
nuts.
bringing it back,
and
but it's nuts and
bolts.
bolts.
Get out of here with that. Not even freaking a Banjo-Kazooie game. Oh my god.
It's got
I
Banjo-Kazooie
don't
in the
give a
title.
shit.
Honestly, it's not a bad game. Like if they would have just not inserted
No.
Banjo-Kazooie in it, people would have liked it.
Maybe. I still don't think it's that great. Even
But you
just
got
as a
Tears of the
game,
Kingdom now anyway, so
which is way better.
yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
All
yeah.
right.
So first goes back to
Now that I
2021 from
triggered
Nate the
Eric.
Hayden and MVG.
Yes.
So you know.
Okay.
Get out of here with that.
Okay.
Shit.
Now that I triggered Eric, we can go on to our next topic.
I swear I'm fine.
Because obviously, through our first topic, hey, big games 2024, Switch 2 could play a role in that. So let's talk about the Switch 2, baby.
roleplay. That's funny.
Jeez. And some key features. Because Mike Odyssey, who is not a leaker,
I'm not a leaker.
says he's heard
Leaker. I hardly
something.
know her.
Hashtag not a leaker.
Hashtag not a leaker, but apparently has heard some things. What have you heard, buddy? Because it can kick off the conversation on key features.
Yeah, so it's not like a big thing. It's like I heard from the grapevine. Grape told another grape. That grape told me that the one of the feature storage for Switch 2, which will be embedded into the software, the OS, is streaming. So you'll be able to stream your games on YouTube and on Twitch, from directly from the actual console. And that's already, like, isn't it already on PS5? Or
You can already stream on the other
You
system.
could do that on PS4.
I'm guessing
Yeah,
they're
it's
just
been around for a couple generations at least.
Yeah, so I'm guessing they're
Yeah.
just adding that to
Kind of janky, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how. I haven't tried it on PS5 yet. I know on Xbox, it's actually super easy to stream on Twitch. Like you just log in and you just go. There's like a one button right in the menu. It's like literally built right into the operating system. It's really convenient.
Like,
But I don't know what that's like on.
You can stream with your voiceover too on Xbox, or just the game.
You can do your voice. Yeah, you can do your voice if you have a headset plugged in, and if you have. Oh, I don't know if it works on Xbox, because on Xbox One, if you had the Kinect, you could do a camera as well, have a face cam. I don't know. There might be face cam support because they're just running a version of Windows on Xbox, so you might be able to just plug a webcam in and have a camera if you want.
In theory, yeah.
I've never tried it, but I do know you can do voice over it, and you can stream games for sure.
It makes sense for Nintendo to do this. One, because they've already have some social media sharing features on the Switch, right? They've actually updated.
You record 30-second clips, and
yeah. It makes sense from their perspective, just because, well, if it's basically getting us to market their games for free, right? Like if they make it easier for just anybody to stream from the system itself, that's just free marketing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and
also it's a more controlled environment as well.
And it can also explain why they kind of suddenly just took off they're taking off the Twitter app or the Twitch app from the eShop. Maybe they're just kind of preparing for the other one or whatever. Kind of more concentrating their efforts on.
It's weird though, because like all the Twitch app let you do is just watch people.
Just watch, yeah.
Yeah, that might be just a licensing issue.
Okay.
They might have just reached a point in their contract, and
that's the only thing. Like when I heard you say this, I was like, but man, like why would they just Twitch is leaving 100 million plus system just randomly when it's only been here for like a year?
Yeah,
it's really weird.
But at the end, it's just an app. It's an app basically that lets you watch stuff, just like they have Hulu on the Switch, right? And so any app that's on the Switch it's up to the developer themselves to have the app
We
on
don't
there.
even have that many apps anymore, though. We
No,
have
I mean,
and like,
apps, streaming
Even
apps in
we
general, there's not many
well,
on
it's like
Switch.
there's
It's an extra
YouTube,
feature.
there's
There was more on Wii
Hulu,
U.
and then there's like what Crunchyroll, I think, or something like
Crunchyroll,
that.
yeah. And then the Pokemon TV.
Yeah, the Pokemon one, yeah.
Yeah. And I hear people say bashing Nintendo because they don't have Disney Plus. It's not up to Nintendo, it's up to Disney to put their app on the eShop and have it available.
I think you know, I think where that comes from, Mike, is back when Reggie and Netflix were being asked like why Netflix isn't on there, and they both pointed fingers at each other.
Really?
Making it sound like it's a contract dispute between the two companies.
Yeah.
So that's where people start blaming Nintendo, because if Nintendo wants better terms than everyone else gets.
Because it is a subscription service, so it's a paid service that
if people subscribe through it, Nintendo wants a cut. And then Netflix is like, no one else gets a cut, so why would we give you a cut?
Yeah, I agree. I think that
I think there's a contract dispute there, which makes you wonder: is Nintendo getting a cut if you subscribe to Hulu through Switch? And maybe you do. Maybe they are getting.
And Hulu is Disney, so Hulu is Disney.
Yeah. Why do we have Disney Plus?
Right.
Literally, it's owned by. Why do we have Disney Plus? I'm so confused on why we have Hulu, not Disney Plus. And like Disney Plus, you figure would fit in with the audience people think Nintendo Switch is for.
You know what I'm really hoping Switch 2 has? The ability to suspend one game and play another, or use another app, because like you can suspend anything on the Switch now, but if you use another one, it
closes it.
It closes out, right?
Well, I think it's too much for it to be able to do that.
But could that be a feature for Switch 2?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
It's gonna be a lot more RAM, supposedly.
It kind of makes sense. Everyone else is doing that now to some degree.
Yeah.
But Nintendo is also really behind the times on a lot of stuff. Always. But
I mean, if they're gonna be streaming, you know, if they're gonna support streaming, like it sounds like they're just like it's interesting because it like you factor this potential information that Mike has with the streaming, right? You also think about how they want to reduce load times. Like it sounds like they're trying to make this system a true comp to the current gen platforms, including power, right? Like we've heard like the idea is to kind of get it close to Series S, right? In theory, to get third parties. So if maybe it is the case that Nintendo wants to have this system be comparable to the other systems, then other things like the feature I just discussed, where you can suspend more than one game at a time, something you can do on current gen platforms, maybe that's just what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it feel like the other platforms, but also be a hybrid. And if they can pull that off, it's going to be insane.
Maybe suspend. You mean like when it pauses the game in a certain position, you can go play another game, come back to
and
it,
then you can come back and it's the exact same.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's a suspend feature. That was a huge thing that Xbox launched with, and I think Sony now has. Can't remember. I'm usually not playing more than one game.
I mean, but it's neat to do. Between games would be amazing, but at least with like between streaming apps, right? Like, because sometimes if I'm playing a game for a couple hours, I want to take a break, right? Maybe I want to eat, watch a show, you know. And if I'm going to be on the same system doing it, you know, you can't really do that on the Switch. You have to close one out. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but it is like a minor convenience.
It can be with load time.
Could you see them doing, since there are a handheld device, like copying like what phones can do and doing like picture in picture, so you can like use apps simultaneously, like a YouTube video in the corner.
I would love a Pip.
Oh, that would be awesome though. How about have like a movie playing while you're playing the game?
Dude, I hate when I get some of the TVs in my house don't.
There's really no need because you have your phone, but still, like,
I like picture in picture, man.
Yeah. I feel like that's something we see on phones, because phones, they're updating every year. They need to add something, right? And the phones are also way more like phones are way more expensive than what the Switch is. So the kind of hardware.
Yeah, you know those $100 TVs I buy at Walmart that have picture in picture. It's such a foreign feature for.
Shots fired.
Dude, I was about to buy another 65-inch TV.
I'm like, picture in picture, guys, has been around since like what, the 80s? Like, it's been in TV tech for so long.
It's not the same thing on a gaming system.
How isn't it? It's running two things at the same time.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, it's on the iPhone.
Yeah, one of them
just like my neighbor.
But
yeah, and the other one is like a video on YouTube.
I'll concede this. Like, if it's able to do what I'm hoping, where you can suspend a game and then jump into another game, right? Like, that's not really that much of a leap at that point.
And the reason picture-in-picture on phones is nice because people will like watch a show while they're trying to like browse social media and stuff. That's why.
Yeah.
The big use case for it.
No,
Or like a music app while they're doing something else. I guess.
Nate, you know our dream of having a video wall. I was about to have a semi-video wall because
it's our dream. I thought that was my dream.
I've had to do it too. Remember?
What are we doing?
I was the first one to bring it up.
Do you guys ever see each other in your dreams?
Yeah. Nate's
First one to bring it.
Yeah, Nate normally has like little wings and like little diapers just like playing around.
Do you ever like have a dream and you guys see each other in the dream and you have a conversation and you wake up?
I'm gonna have to go back in my DMs when I signed up my MTM before I ever met Mike. And that was like in the contract as a goal. It's okay. I'm not like I don't own the video walls. I got the idea from Kind of Funny Games for crying out loud. So,
but I saw another TV like this one, right? This is 65 inch, and then there was for $200 on Black Friday. I almost bought it, and then
are you trying to panel the TVs?
I was gonna put it side by side so it could be like extra wide.
You can. There are ways with TVs that you can panel them like that, and if you have a good enough computer, you can actually make it all work together as one screen.
Yeah, we got the M2 Pro, so we're good.
The M2 Pro. You mean the thing that when you try to just do basic things like a thumbs up, it freezes?
No, that's my other the M2 Pro's over here.
I'm just
do it now. Let's see it.
I don't know if it's gonna work. Oh, there it goes. See? He brags about like, look at this, and it's like
it doesn't freeze when I do that. Not at all.
It don't freeze.
Dude, caught in 4K. Somebody clip that. Somebody clip that whole interaction.
Yeah, that's gonna run all those TVs in this massive resolution, I'm sure.
That was so smooth.
Yeah, so smooth. See that? Look what it's doing to him, and this is what it's supposed to look like when it actually works correctly.
And
you have to have a Mac computer to do it.
I mean, it only happens on stream for some reason because when I have when I'm recording my videos and I have whatever I record
and you accidentally like do it, it'll go off.
I'm recording on OBS like the regular video, just not streaming, just recording.
Yeah.
It'll work fine.
And
your computer works harder when it has to stream.
And my wife was a model around the world.
Oh, here we go.
And she asked me to marry her. I didn't even want to.
You didn't want to?
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Because
how did she propose?
Your stuff's not true.
How did she propose?
And I don't live in a motel.
Don't live in a motel.
Well, based on your background, I would say it's not. Oh, it could be green screen background, I guess.
It is at GameStop.
You know, it'd be hilarious if your background's always been green screen, so you could just be like, "Look, guys, I own the PlayStation Portal now." Never actually owned it. It's just
I don't even know what topic we're talking about.
It's just edited in.
It's
AI tech these days.
What is the topic?
Look, Landon over there. He literally could just use AI to get rid of all of his background and just be in the Mario universe right now.
Yeah, instead of being in his bathroom in the corner.
I could be in the next Mario game right now. Maybe he's in the house next game. You don't know.
I can put my TV just travel places.
Why are you in like so enclosed, Landon? I just realized that.
I don't. You know what?
We
just moved here and I just threw everything in a room.
All right.
Landon is
I'm just worried about my guy.
I used to make videos in my kitchen. Like that's just where my setup was. So it is what it is.
Listen, right there with Landon's background, he got 90,000 views on this latest video.
Here's the key thing. You guys are seeing his face now. It's a rarity that he has his face show. See, that's the key. When you have and you're stuck in a corner, you just don't show your face.
See, yeah.
I'll stop showing my face.
Problem solved.
All right, guys. Last time to see my face.
Fare thee well, friend.
Sweet. So you can contribute the money you're saving for your video wall to my video wall then.
Okay. You can come and pick this up if you want.
Anyways, speaking of other Switch 2 stuff, let's toss this over to Landon. What do you think Switch 2 needs to do in order to be successful beyond simply just having lots of Nintendo games? Because like, you know, that's like the easy thing. That's a given.
Shoot. I mean, honestly, if it's big software thing for Nintendo still. I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean, throw in a new Mario, make it look better than it has. I mean, that's all they need to do, honestly. And I think people are going to be all over it. I mean, at this point, I think that's all the next console needs to be. I mean, we got the portability with the Switch and stuff. That's all cool. But a lot of people now, that's all you see is people talking about like graphics. I want to run better games and loading times and stuff. So like, just make it simple. Make it a, you know, a different console that's just focused on the quality of the games and stuff and pumping out good quality. And it's all about games still. I mean, they got the cycle running again where it's time for Mario Kart. It's time for Mario. It's time for soon it's going to be Smash time again. So I'm like, it's games
love
is what it comes
Smash
down
time.
to. So
I'm sure you do. That's where his 2-inch really gets involved.
2-inch destroyer. You always had the destroyer.
Because I don't like imagining being destroyed by the 2-inch. So I just don't.
Yeah. Well, then you're in the minority.
I just can't right now.
Hey, so that fits well with the comment from last
It
week.
fits well with everyone.
I just can't right now. Oh no. Oh no. We're not going to the keep it clean, Eric. Keep it clean. We're not getting into that. Oh
Does
boy.
Eric should say Badger? I hardly know her.
Anything else you guys
What would that
think
even mean? Like putting
you
a
need to
badge?
do to be
on?
successful besides just like get the games? Because
listen. Everything that's been rumored so far, I think is spot on in what the Switch needs to be successful. The Switch doesn't need a OLED screen. If they have an LCD mini LED screen, that will be an awesome way to have that while saving consumers money without instead of paying for OLED, pay for mini LED, which is better. And that 8-inch screen will be awesome. Not 2-inch, 8-inch.
Yeah. 6 more than necessary, but still pretty good.
I mean, look at the I
look at the Game Boy Micro. People loved it.
PS Portal. I don't have the PS Portal because I don't care about that. But the PS Portal, I saw it in person. I love the size of the screen, which is I think it's perfect.
You did.
It's perfect. It's perfect for a Switch with better Joy-Cons. But better improved Joy-Cons, more power. That's all they need to do. Keep the same form factor. Don't go crazy on the form factor. And then if you're gonna offer VR, don't make it a necessity for any game. Offer the option to play in VR and then have a VR headset as an accessory. But just have that option on the side and stuff so people can.
I mean, one thing that I think is actually really important in all seriousness is how they market it. They have to be smart about it, not make it seem like it's for little kids. They have to do what they did with the Switch, not the Wii U. And then what they do for the next gimmick, they can't fuck it up. If they're not going to just keep it exactly the same as the Switch, if they want to add something new, like they added 3D to the DS, like don't make it dumb like that. You know what I mean? Like make it something worthwhile.
But what was the gimmick for the Switch?
That everything. It could do both.
handheld and portable. So handheld and dock mode. So in a way, it didn't really have a gimmick. It just put two form factors together. It didn't have like a gimmick like the Wii.
The Joy-Cons were the gimmick.
I mean, yeah, detachable Joy-Cons. But I think that they should.
No, the Switch. Its name is the gimmick.
Right? I'm so confused.
It's the big unique feature. That's what it is.
They should not keep the Switch name. They should change the Switch name to something else.
Oh, that's a bad take.
I mean,
that is a big, old, dirty diaper of a take right there.
I'm pretty sure that while the Wii was around, it was successful. I'm pretty sure that Jake was like, they should name the Wii 2. Because
all right. Before I say that, Landon, what do you think about that? And don't worry, I have no bias either way.
It's hard to say. I mean, you see what happened with the Wii U. I mean,
yeah, but don't you?
It depends on what they do. Like,
that's their identifier now. Like,
I get that for sure, but like, is it going to be like the Switch, or are we going to still have portability? That I don't know, but
I think it is. I think if anything, they add something onto that.
Okay.
I think the way to go, like from now on for Nintendo, is the hybrid console.
I would say call it something else.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, because it's already stated that it is a hybrid console, so there's no need to sell that any more than it is. It's already sold. Nintendo's known
they have
a hybrid console.
Switch no longer is saying what it is. It's the brand.
Exactly.
Yeah. A new name dumps all the brand recognition. It's like you're resetting the slate for no reason.
The part where they messed up with the Wii is that they didn't go Wii 2.
Exactly.
You.
Exactly.
They didn't go with the number.
And that's what we were saying earlier. If they call it a
would've done
Switch
better if they
Pro
called
or a
it Wii
Super
Me.
Switch, a lot of people will think it's a sequel to the Switch or just an
And they-
upgraded Switch like the Switch OLED was. But if they actually call it Switch 2, like when people saw Wii U, they thought it was like a new version of the Wii. If they
They
had
could
gone
just call
Wii
it
2, that's
Switch
way more
sequel.
clear. And it seems like it's the same thing, but it's really different.
No,
Switch
it's the same.
sequel.
It's the same.
Switch remix.
The swatchy.
It's the same.
The Wii U and Wii 2 would not have been the same.
Switch remaster.
One's a number, one's a letter. It's the same thing.
But they mean completely
Numbers
different
and
things.
letters are not the same thing.
They're the
Yeah.
same
But yeah,
thing.
what the those are like
Roman.
come on.
Oh, here we go. Roman numerals.
And
All right,
Roman
who is this? Who invited this guy? What the heck?
I'll shut up now. I'm talking way too much.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Jesus.
Numbers and letters aren't the same thing. When every tech product in the world uses numbers to signify the
Rome it
next
is.
one.
in Rome it is.
Oh my god! Here.
God damn Reddit moderator talking about
In Rome, it's still called an
Roman
iPhone
numerals.
15, right? They don't Roman numeral the 15.
You never know. I actually don't know. That'd be
No,
funny. That'd be
go
pretty
look,
funny.
go look it up. I bet you that's still just called the 15. I bet you it's not Roman numerals.
We call it Switch AI.
Well, I'm asking Mike.
So yeah,
He
Wii
works there. I'm
U
just
was a
saying, like, hey,
failure, but just call it the
15
Switch
and
with the
Roman?
letter.
Maybe he doesn't know.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I misspoke. The Nintendo AI, not the Switch. Switch has to go away.
Oh, that sounds like a
Nintendo?
ChatGPT bot for Nintendo.
Here we go. Oh my gosh, we need to get to a funner conversation because this is just going places that I'm not prepared for right now.
Honor, I hardly know her.
So Mario, legitimately is our next topic. What do we want from the next Mario and the next Mario Kart games? I didn't put any notes on this one because I figure who needs notes? This is just fun speculation, good times. Let's let the
Mario Kart
expert-
Ultimate. Every Nintendo
Brando, go
character. All the generic answers.
all generic answers. Now let's start with the next Mario game. Let's just presume it's going to be a 3D Mario. We just got Mario Wonder, so let's just go with that fact. That's probably going to be whatever was happening after Odyssey. Landon, what are they doing with this game? What's the dream? What do we have? Where do they go with it?
Mario's running around with the Master Sword and Samus's arm cannon. And
Here we go. Go with the old rumor mill, I see.
no, I think they don't even need to do anything like crazy, in my opinion. If it is an open world Mario game, I mean, I could see them just taking the worlds like you've seen in New Super Mario Brothers and stuff, like the desert, the jungle, whatever, and just having you explore the whole map. Go wherever you want. You want to go to the desert, go to the desert. You want to go to the Mushroom Kingdom, play around like the movie. You can go run around the houses, explore the castle. I think that would be so cool. And I think Nintendo always plans ahead, like they did with Bowser's Fury. That felt like it was a test. Like we're going to test out Mario running around a more open environment and see how it goes. And like, yeah, you just run around, collect some stars, do some little challenges anywhere, run into a boss battle here or there, level Mario up in some way. But
Wait, level them up?
give them some better overall. I don't know. I mean, they could do something.
New power ups, basically.
Yeah, new power ups. Make them fly around the map once you get something. Or like Mario 64.
Okay, I thought you meant like acquire experience and actually like level up like as a character.
Well, probably not because all he's got to
Okay,
do
all
is
right.
jump.
I thought that's what you meant. That's why I was
sick boss
did a double
fight,
take.
man.
Unless
I
Mario's
want
punching.
Mario
throwing
boss
hands in this
fights
game.
go to the next level.
Yeah. Bring back the cape.
I mean, there were some cool ones in Odyssey. There really was some pretty unique boss fights in Odyssey, but I just want to see it like just
You
all.
oughta
There were
see
so
what they
many
come
boss
up
fights that were
with.
just like the basic Mario ones. Oh, jump on their head. Oh, they're shooting some stuff. Run around, jump on their head again. Like those were still in there, but they did mix it up with some of the more grander ones. I just want to see a lot more of the bigger, more inventive boss fights because that to me is some of the most fun moments in a lot of the platforming games.
Yeah.
And I think Mario sometimes leans too heavily on the traditional boss fight.
Bowser's Fury broke that though, because Bowser's Fury, you don't only have
Why?
to, but you can actually beat him up.
You mean
With the-
Bowser? Are you talking about Bowser, the cat Mario? Where
Yeah,
you
you
just
can
like,
actually-
the same
you can
fight
actually-
over and over and over again until he finally dies. Yeah, I know.
No,
I like the visual demonstration.
No, you,
I know
you
the visual is the best
claw.
part.
You get claw.
You
Like,
need to tell
yeah.
Apple this needs to be an on-screen thing now.
When you become Super Saiyan Mario, then yeah, there you can defeat him by stomping on him, but you can also claw him and like kick his butt, like just with claw him.
Okay.
I'm not
All
gonna,
right.
I'm not gonna make those things.
So I'm rocking out with
No,
mine.
no, I what
What are you doing over there? You say you're icing your balls?
Follow what he's saying.
The what?
I couldn't follow anything. Sorry. I was too busy with the fondle action.
In Bowser's Fury, right? When you get the Mega Bell that makes you big, and you kind of like to fight that giant Bowser, then there's two ways to defeat him. There's one like literally clawing at his face and hitting him, which will also reduce his life.
Yeah.
And it is then there's the other way of whenever he kind of jumps over, for some reason he falls on his belly, and that you can stop on his belly.
He belly flops.
Yeah, so those two ways, which is pretty cool.
I feel like the bosses just need health bars like in Bowser's Fury instead of just
Yeah, I do like the health bar. That was
yeah.
Like I wasn't a huge fan of the Bowser fight. Like I was at first, but then when you're just kind of doing the same fight the entire time, it gets a little old. It started giving me that Boston Skyward Sword, the imprisoned vibes, where it's like the same thing on repeat every time instead of feeling unique every time. But I understand that it was also an experimental game, so like I didn't hold it too much against it because they were just trying something. It wasn't meant to be fully fleshed out.
And it is my favorite. It is my favorite 2D Mario, Bowser's Fury.
Oh my god, I'm just going to
it's my favorite 3D Mario.
I mean, it's very good.
It is very good, but like it's an
8-hour experience, right? It's not a long experience, but it's
I do like the fact that it's kind of open world once you unlock the areas, and then you can kind of step into like that an area, and all of a sudden it shows up all the goals you have for that area. But you're not locked there. You can just walk away, go somewhere else.
No, I mean, I love that formula. Like, imagine, like, you know how they have Plessy, right? Like, you also have Yoshi, right? Like, at a larger scale, you can actually use Yoshi as a dedicated mount. Exactly, like, something that I miss from Mario games is where Yoshi is the mount. Like, they're always like, yeah, you can use him sometimes, or you can just say hi, and that's it. Like, Yoshi is the opponent of the Mario series. I need to see more.
I don't know, because we're not killing Epona to make a jump.
You can't Breath of the Wild.
Just say,
actually.
You can in Breath of the Wild. You're not.
And brutally, I might add.
You can brutally take out any horse in Breath of the Wild.
What happens? Anybody knows what happens when you kill horses and then you go visit that horse god?
He gets pissed.
He gets very mad.
Yeah, right?
He gets.
Is it a he?
It actually made me. It made me smile that the horse god recognizes that the horses have been getting wrecked. It's right. Good. The game is that self-aware. I love it. Right? Whoever thought to make that self-aware, that's great. Oh man. Yeah. So like open world, I kind of think it's a given at this point that they're going to at least attempt it to be mostly open world. I mean, Odyssey was kind of open zone, right? Like they drop you into it's just like it was in Mario 64 and all the rest, like an open area, but it's not truly open world because you're still, transporting between different areas. It would be interesting going fully open world and what that means. Like, are they just going to let us go everywhere instantly right away? Just anywhere you want to go, you can just go. Now they could limit it by power-ups, of course, like for traversal reasons. Like, oh, you can't quite get to this area, not. I mean, I guess maybe you can if you can glitch it out and get up there, but or just find alternative methods, infinite wall jump trick or something. I don't know. Like I've always wanted a fully open world Mario. You know what's weird? Like I hear a lot of people say they're getting tired of open world games, and then every time a Nintendo IP goes open world, people just buy it like crazy. So maybe Nintendo fans aren't tired of it yet.
Yeah,
I know I'm not, dude. Open world Mario, I will be there day one. I trust the Mario team because Odyssey was just phenomenal. So were the Galaxy.
But like part of me that confuses me because I feel like a really important part of 3D Mario is like a level you're supposed to do in a very linear, like intentional way. So how do you have those, but like with like nothing in between? Like it just doesn't kind of compute for me.
There's Bowser's Fury, which it would still. To be fair to Bowser's Fury, it's still kind of level-ish. Like things unlock.
Like I get that big of an area, but like a huge, like the world that gamers would expect from a new Mario 3D game, like I don't know if you can do it at that scale.
You can basically, I think they'll keep the unlocking part there. Like you start in the main area, you have to collect the number of stars or whatever to unlock that other area. Once you collect that, that'll open up then that'll add.
We
some
like
more
that though.
onto
With that, is that what we would want
it.
for a new 3D Mario
Let
game?
me paint another picture for you. All right, so imagine like Mario Odyssey, but on steroids, right? Where the world is large. Like maybe all the kingdoms are just, it's a map where all the kingdoms are interconnected, but there clearly is some level of segmentation, but there's an in-between, right? Like just hypothetically. And so those areas are open, but even within the kingdoms of Mario Odyssey, there are these big sandboxes you can explore. You have these portals that lead you to those linear portions, right? That are very galaxy-like. So they could still do that, and they could even maybe
kind of like both. Okay, I see.
there can be a merger, or you could, for example, you could think of it like Breath of the Wild kind of has this too, where it's an open world, but all the shrines lead. I mean, they're not necessarily linear, but it's like a portal to another area.
Oh, I
you
kind
can
of like that. That
explore.
kind of makes sense a little bit. Okay.
So then you could do something like that, and then you have the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
That could be really cool. Actually, I like that.
Nintendo. knows.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the next 3D Mario is already done. It's sitting somewhere waiting for Switch to be announced, or some editor is already putting together the trailer that they're gonna show us when the Switch comes out. I want to be that person.
I just think it's gonna be so.
I
much
want to be
fun.
that person. I want to be the one editing it together. It's all me.
Have you seen Have you seen the LinkedIn account? The LinkedIn account for Nintendo, the job site, and what they're hiring for? It's insane. Insane.
Like what?
I have
You
seen.
just say that and then not
I
say
have
what?
not seen the light.
They
Is
just
it
posted
Pop
a
and
whole bunch
Taste
of
Testers?
positions.
Pop and Taste Testers?
A lot of testers.
Poffins. Taste testers.
Yeah, they all taste testers.
Taste tester. I hardly know her.
They're also looking for a new head
Couldn't resist that one.
for the influencer marketing department. So they're looking for somebody else to kind of head that department.
Did you apply?
No, I didn't apply.
Well, then you probably won't get the job.
No, they're also looking for a graphic designer, looking for editors, and but a whole bunch of other testers. They're looking for somebody who is good with working with displays. So there's a lot of if you go through it, a lot. There's one that's an engineer that's good for that working
like
with
displays. Like you mean like the screen?
Yeah,
like
like a screen. Yeah, with screens.
Cool.
Man, if Switch 2 is
Is
really
it
coming out this
Samsung that
summer,
manufactures their screens currently?
I'll read to you I'll read the position.
Samsung.
I think so.
Yeah, that's what I said. Samsung.
Yeah,
Okay, I got it right here.
Samsung? Sam?
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Samsung? Do you mean Samsung?
Yes.
Okay, so they're looking. Retro Studios is looking for a concept artist. Lead advertising, concept artist for Retro Studios. Let's see. They're
Metro Prime 4
looking for
must be
somebody.
canceled then. That's obviously what that means.
What happened?
Sarcasm. Retro Studios is looking for a new concept artist. They must have canceled Metro Prime 4.
A tester.
Or it's no longer just a concept.
Yeah. They are looking for
that seems like a logical thought. I'm gonna not think that.
It's
Right,
been
well,
canceled.
that's your choice.
a new director of marketing. They're going to market to Switch 2.
It's been canceled and they're afraid to say it.
Yeah, they also canceled the 3D
They'll
Mario
hide
game
it in the Switch
around.
2 hype. They'll hide it in the Switch 2 hype. It's a little one-off announcement in like an investors meeting.
I think we should just not joke about this because it
could happen.
No,
They're looking for a manager, okay, that will be responsible for AAA partners.
Last time I dealt with AAA, it wasn't a good experience. So I'm not sure if that's a job for me.
Are we waiting for hours out in the blizzard?
I didn't have a
breathing?
AAA time.
Didn't I say on the podcast last week for a new Mario game? What if it like the open world was like New Donk City and it was just Mario?
Yeah,
GT?
you did, yeah.
Mario's
All right,
getting good.
So it's an engineer, display technology and development.
I got an off the wall one.
Oh, they're hiring more than one of them. Display technology and development. Two of them.
Yeah, off the wall one, buddy.
Yeah.
What's that?
Next one's gonna be Mario VR.
Wait, whoa.
Because there's been talks about VR with Switch 2.
Oh,
You are
yikes.
Mario.
I don't like this. I might have just vomited a bit.
And like I said, it's off the wall.
Hopefully you saw it.
You know what? I'm showing takers super chat just because I want to do a shot to wash that out of my mouth. That's pretty nasty. But it is kind of relevant a little bit because he says, does open world just mean that you could skip certain or all story beats in Breath of the Wild that still force you to fight all the bosses, but not get the power-ups? Open world, I don't think means you can skip. Open world typically means you could just do things in any order.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Tears of the Kingdom, like Breath of the Wild, you could skip bosses, but Tears of the Kingdom, you couldn't, right? You have. Oh, I guess. Didn't you have to do them all?
No, you can in theory go straight to the end. It's just a
No,
real
because
glitch.
he's not there till you get the 5th one. They beat the 5th one.
No, you can. I'm pretty sure you can just go straight to the end.
You can go straight to
I'm
the
gonna
end.
have to look it
On
up.
Tears.
Damn it.
You can just
Wait,
go
wait,
You don't
there.
go to the
Rum
room here
Chana,
at
we
the
gotta step it
castle
up in that.
until you've done all 4 quests.
Yeah, without getting the
Part of the
4
requirement for him to carry.
Yeah.
You can just go underground. He's there.
No, he's not. I went there before I did all 4 quests. Nothing happens. I just did it to complete all 120 shrines.
Where'd you go? The castle or
Googling
underground?
right now. Is it possible,
Oh.
Eric?
Huh?
Eric's Googling.
Short answer, yes.
He's right because in the story that tells you that
Yeah,
Ganon
how do you guys not remember this?
he's moving, he's like moving underground, so he's not there yet. And then apparently, then once you complete the whatever you have to complete, then he's available.
Is it technically yes, like it's a glitch, or is it like intended, Eric? He's Googling it all.
Trying to figure that out.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just double checking it here. You can go to the end right from the beginning. Well, after you beat the Sky Island, you
Sky
can
have
go
to get
straight
the.
there.
It said something about.
Keep in mind,
Once you
from
get
a
to-
story
once you
perspective,
reach
Link
Lookout Landing
is
and grab the
down
paraglider.
for a bit.
You have to have the paraglider.
And possibly sooner if they could find another way of dealing with the sheer drop into the depths beneath.
Oh, because of the drop. Yeah, you died from the drop, so you'd have to have the paraglider.
Unless you have a ferry.
That too.
You guys, I guess you're right, but like I honestly thought that it was required for him to actually.
Story wise, it makes sense to not go there right away.
Like the way the game was set up, I totally thought that it was.
I mean, it's extremely
I believe
difficult
that to this
get
day.
there.
Well, wait a second though. Wait a second. You have to fight all the bosses when you're down there, don't you? Because you won't have.
What did you say, Mike? What did you say?
You won't have the partners.
Positions switch to confirmed. Supply chain service facilitator.
Yeah, but I guess you can still do it. Yeah, what the heck?
They need 2 of them.
Wait, so if you go, yeah, because like, look, the Tears of the Kingdom spoilers are done on our channel. We're allowed to spoil things. That
Can't believe
fight
I never
down
knew
there,
that. Yeah,
that fight down there, like when you do it the way after beating the dungeons, you have all your champion guys with you and the stages, and they fight the boss because the bosses all come and they fight them for you, so you can go on. But if you go down there without it, and you have to fight them all at once.
technically you would have to
That would be
fight each
sick.
of those 4.
I
but
need
you
to
don't
start a
have to
new
do the
file. I want to
4
fight all those
quests.
damn bosses at the goddamn same time. That would
Yeah.
be so sick.
So it is a
That would be
technicality
awesome.
where you
I'm gonna
you
get
do
my
have to
ass
fight
kicked,
certain bosses.
but that would be awesome. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Don't you need the sages though to fight the bosses?
No,
You don't-
because
Well,
it's-
if you don't
just
have
fight
them,
yourself.
theoretically you'd have to fight them yourself.
So
Yeah.
you can
Like
beat
Breath of the
uh,
Wild, how you had to
you
fight
can
the
beat Goma with just a
Thunderblight
send.
and all that stuff in there. If you didn't do the dungeons, you had to fight them before.
It's like in Breath of the Wild, if you don't get all 4,
Yeah.
all 4, then only
But
like
are they at the same time, or is it just in a row? I'd like them at the
Dude,
same
I
time.
kind of want to
That'd be sick.
attempt going straight there.
Oh,
I mean,
on
it's
save
just
file.
it's just hard as
Yeah,
nails.
sounds
but
kinda
You can
fun.
do it.
I got to do it just to find
you can
out.
get it. You can go there right after you get the
With
glider.
just 4 hearts, just
But I'm
going
just
in.
saying it's in a row, so you don't fight them.
I mean, it's
It's
not
not be really hard though. If you're running in with 4 hearts,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
none of the good gear, no master sword, it still would be pretty hard.
Well, you could get the Master Sword at the beginning.
Well, you
if
could.
wanted.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
you still have to. Then you're not really going there right from the
Dude,
beginning.
the
You gotta go
master
do
sword-
shrines.
That's
How do
kind
you
of
get the
hard.
master
No,
sword?
under
You need
stamina.
a lot of stamina to get the master
Yeah,
sword.
actually, maybe you do need like a lot of hearts.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
you
You
need
do need
stamina.
a certain amount of stamina.
Unless you killed the dragon.
I don't think it matters with Mario though, because
I'm
like
kidding,
does
you
Mario
can't
ever have a
kill
I
story.
was like, you can't kill Zelda. What are you talking about?
I'm like, what?
What are you talking?
I've
What do you
got her
mean?
several
Zelda
times,
is the
she doesn't
dragon.
die.
Isn't the
I
dragon
found
Zelda?
some Dodongos and it didn't. It just didn't go my way.
We need some Dodongos.
And
Anyway,
so
I got to do the shot that now just became rum chata mixed with, I guess, more rum technically. Can I hide? I can't hide.
Yeah, you
anymore.
can.
I know. I'm just being dumb. Look, I had one shot, and apparently it was
much to
one too
drink?
many. So, lots of Mario stuff, and somehow I always get twisted to Zelda. What a shock. What about Mario Kart? Because that's the one that I think a lot of people don't really know what they could do that could really make it bigger, better, different enough than Mario Kart 8. Which
Make
is
it open world, baby.
widely
I know.
considered
I
the
know.
best Mario Kart ever made is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now with the DLC. So what do we do?
I know.
96 tracks.
Mario
What are we
Kart
doing?
Maker.
Mario Kart Maker.
They have to have like a course maker, so people can make their own courses, for tournaments and stuff like that. Then also open it up like Smash Bros. Just make Smash Bros. Mario Kart.
Oh, so Nintendo Kart, like
And
the
then
old
also
school
have-
Yeah, that's what I
Fortran
said
rumors, baby.
like 30 minutes ago. But yeah,
Give each character his own ability or power up. Because not the generic ones where you throw a shell, whatever. Give each character its own ability and power up so that they're identified by that. If
yeah, like
Link
Captain
there-
Falcon just like fists
Yes.
the person in front
I
of him.
do. I want them to bring that back. Well, yes, sure. Why not? But I do want them to bring back the unique specials. I missed that from Double Dash.
That would be unique and special.
Oh, burned.
Just saying.
I have not had that rum in
Maybe,
quite a
right?
while. I burned.
yeah.
I have a little captain in me. That's all that matters.
Dude,
Oh,
honestly,
wait, you are the
playing
captain
into
now.
that.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
wouldn't it be sick if in Nintendo Kart, Yoshi could suck people up and steal any individual unique power?
That'll be cool. Oh, yeah.
Suck.
Kirby,
That would be
Kirby can do that.
awesome.
Kirby.
I'm so glad you missed that, Jake. We're good.
Oh shit! What did I miss?
Well, I was doing rum on the shot and it burned, and I'm like, oh man. Well, I have a little captain in me, and then I realized you are the captain now.
Oh yeah.
Specifically 2 inches of the captain.
I mean, look,
Well, we don't want him getting
it's
destroyed now.
it's about that.
No, I'm
Just the
hungry
tip.
now. I just read Nate's title.
Oh, yeah.
French toast to the best. Yeah.
Oh man, I want to drive to IHOP now.
I mean,
Oh,
What if they put the
Or I'm
Pokemon
making
Ditto in
myself.
Smash, and he could just copy everyone?
mm. So
Okay, or
I'm
one
really
guy was.
confused with, like what they can really do with Mario Kart, just to be honest. Like, yeah, okay,
Glad
a
you're
kart
being
maker.
honest.
That is something that gets brought up a lot, is the kart maker. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think they should go like a Nintendo kart route. I know that they sort of have already because they brought Animal Crossing and
Save that for
Zelda.
DLC.
Yeah, like I like it as DLC, but I want to see. I don't know, like I keep thinking originality, but what's
So-
originality for Mario Kart? Like, I'll give you one. Hold on. Stop. Let's get some new fucking items.
That's
We've
what
been
Mike
using
just
like the
said.
same items forever.
I mean, I just threw out that they could have their
I
own
said
unique
that.
specials, right? So like, give us
Yeah.
that.
Like,
That would
Mike
make
said
sense a
that
lot.
first, right? You
Listen,
guys
how
take
about
credit.
building,
Yeah,
how about building your
Jake,
own
isn't that what
cars?
it is?
Earning and building your own cars.
What, turning this into like a Forza?
Kind of, right? I mean, Mario Kart is
pit stops.
You know
Well,
what?
you already
Let's
do
just, let's just
each
play
character
Burnout.
No,
Fuck
no,
Mario
different
Kart.
to my
things
Mario Kart. God
every
damn.
race.
Listen, Mario Kart is an overall fun game. All they do with heightened visuals and like make it look pretty and stuff. Add some boss battles at the end or whatever.
Really, I was hoping they'd make it look worse. That's a good idea.
I mean, yeah, just bring 8-bit back. Just bring 8-bit back. Who cares? Yeah, bring
Dude, that would be kind of cool though. You brought up boss battles. What if there was like a multiplayer mode that you could play online
Just make
Or
Diddy
you're
Kong
the boss
Racing for
battle.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, man.
and you're racing against the timer to get the boss down?
That's
That would be kinda
Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically.
Just make that with
Better.
Mario Kart. People have wanted that since Diddy Kong came out. It's a Mario Kart game with a story mode.
Yeah,
and boss
mission
battles.
mode.
Yeah,
I feel like if they're
plays
not
very
doing
different, but yeah.
if they're not doing like different characters like Kirby and all them, I think what they should do, like I know so far we've been getting original tracks, so maybe tracks that are kind of based on Mario properties, like a Mario Galaxy track where he's like driving around planets and moons, and
That'd be sick.
like Mario Sunshine, Mario Odyssey Kingdom tracks.
Dude,
Oh,
yeah,
I
why
want
don't
a
we have
New
tracks
Donk
like
City
that?
track. They don't have one of those, and they
It's
didn't have
crazy
that.
that they haven't really done that.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They're setting
There's
for
a
Mario Kart.
3DS. There's a 3DS Mario Kart track where it's like on the moon. I mean, it's
that's
very,
just, but
it's
it's
not really
not
Galaxy.
That
really.
doesn't count. All right,
That
calm
doesn't
down.
feel very
guys.
but it
Galaxy.
even has like the spacey jump.
Oh, on Rainbow Roads, most of the time take place in outer space. I guess that's
Yeah.
what we're talking about.
Ooh, okay.
Well, there's also there's a ice world that has the observatory.
It's just in the
Yeah.
background. It's just ice world.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm not saying that we can't get more Galaxy Love. I think there should be.
Dude, what if there was like an Odyssey? In fact, it could be an Odyssey track specific to it, where you're driving, you run into a pipe, and it actually warps you into a side-scrolling Mario Kart for part of the track.
I don't
That's
like that. I honestly don't like that. I want my Mario Kart to be
Mario
all
Kart.
Mario Kart. I don't want.
How about
I mean, you don't want uniqueness. Got it.
How about a team relay?
No, I don't want the main
That could be
like
interesting.
core draw to that game to be broken
Jake,
up.
backwards compatibility. You can play your Mario Kart 8. It's not
Yeah.
going anywhere.
Listen.
No,
Team,
backwards. You can pay your side scrolling little. No one wants that shit. Get that out of here.
listen,
How would you know until it happens?
Why, no one would want to be.
How many
interrupted.
side-scrolling racers are you aware of in today's world?
How many people are exactly? How many people are playing them?
It's just a
Nobody.
small
Because we
section.
don't want that.
How would you know? I didn't know that I wanted side-scrolling Mario in my Mario
Okay, so
Odyssey.
you think if
until they
someone
did it.
releases, you think if Nintendo released a side-scrolling Mario right now, it would outsell a new like 3D Mario Kart?
It would.
All right, then they should do that.
A Mario Kart? No.
Yeah.
Mario
That's
Kart's their best-selling IP. That
Right,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
but
but
don't-
no, I
don't
think he
put
means a
trash in it.
side-scrolling
Just
Mario
have
Kart
different
versus
stuff.
a 3D.
Like,
Mario
oh
Kart.
yeah, you know what? You should do it where you can pull your cart to the side and catch some Pokemon and then take them with you. Like, no, I'm playing Mario Kart.
Team.
I was talking
Yeah,
about
I-
a unique stage that had a very tiny
Big five
section in it. Oh my
characters.
gosh.
No,
So
Have a really
I
wrong.
don't want that. No,
I
thanks.
do think
that's a great idea.
Jake brings up a good point though, because Mario Kart appeals to a very large
Team
audience.
relay race. Have a really long track. A really long track.
Shouting ideas out every 5 seconds.
Pick
Actually, that's not a bad one though. Actually,
five characters, right? Have a really long track,
Yeah.
and have a relay race where you can just stop. So you can stop and then really kind of tag.
well,
the
that's a
other
good
racers.
example. But what you're basically saying is add new modes that we haven't seen before,
No, I'm saying
without changing the gameplay. And that's one. That's a very specific
Like,
one.
that is
No,
I would
I'm not
add
talking
more.
about a mode. I'm saying team
Team
relay. The
relay race.
entire game, that's all it is
Oh,
team
yeah, no, I'm
relay.
not. I don't like that. Why not have the options? Come on.
He's not
Options
talking
are optional.
modes. No.
Options
No,
are
I
optional.
know. I will say a lot more modes would be interesting. Like there are some interesting modes in Mario Kart 8, but there is a lot of other racing modes that exist out there. that
Wait,
can be
we
so
said this
sweet.
before, but what about making it so you can choose previous gimmicks?
about it.
Like you can choose double dash. stuff.
Yeah.
Or you
Auto.
know what I mean? That would be a really good one, I think.
Well, I've always brought up the idea.
How
of
about
having-
the idea of you can get out of your cart and steal somebody else's cart and continue?
GTA Mario?
GTA Mario.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yes. No, I've brought up the idea.
So it's cool with GTA Mario Kart, but forget
right.
a small 3-second
Team
window
racing.
where you're
No.
side-scrolling racing.
Yeah, what if like while you're playing the game, Bowser comes to your house and serenades you on a piano that you have in your room?
Yes.
Peaches?
with Peaches.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
You know what? There needs to be a track based on the movie.
I hope so. That would be fun.
That has to be. That'd be a missed opportunity, to be honest.
Based on the track in the movie, right? Like they actually
I
have a
don't need
track.
Rainbow Road
Based
that's based on
Rainbow
Rainbow Road
Road.
that's based on Rainbow Road.
No, there's lots of parts to it. It ends on Rainbow Road, but there's
I know it
lots of parts
technically
before
starts
that.
in the DK area. Is where it's
Yeah,
technically
exactly.
starts.
Don't they go underwater at some point too?
I think it's
When
when
they
they fall off and they like are
Yeah.
not even in their carts anymore.
Yeah.
At that point,
I'm
it's
just saying they
Donkey
could
Kong.
add a thing where you like go through a whale, like, and then like go out the blowhole or something.
Through a whale?
Whoa! What
They
are
get
you
swallowed by
going
the
up the
whale.
blow-
They actually
I
get
don't think
swallowed by the
Nintendo's going
whale.
up blowholes.
That'll be animal cruelty.
I don't think blowholes are going to play a part here.
You can go out any hole you want after you're swallowed.
Just-
I mean,
look, they try to
Right.
make it E for everyone.
Yeah.
We're starting to approach T territory. I don't think that's going to happen here.
Okay.
no, I mean, I've brought up the idea before where you have all the tracks and then you have each, if there's a version of that track, you can actually play it in that style. You choose like the 64 style. You choose the whatever style gameplay you want to do. Kind of
Doggy.
with that. I mean, yeah. but you play on that version of the map. So Rainbow Road, you'd play on whatever version that you'd want that is available. If
I think all tracks should be available for all the modes.
How about seasonal tracks? We'll change the weather changes.
I would like.
Okay.
Like
they're only
weather, like weather effects.
Like weather.
That's a good one. I haven't thought of that before, but yeah, that makes sense.
Like because we have it where like an all snow track and like that's just slippery. But what if like each track is like you don't even know every time you play it is different. There might be rain sometime, there might not be rain sometime. It's got like an actual seasonal thing to it.
Earthquakes.
Ooh, an earthquake. Yeah. Yeah, and so instead of it being just like it's built in and this is the way the track is every time, it's kind of sporadic and you don't really know.
A Wonder Seed.
Here we go. Now you did it.
Mario Kart.
We all turn into giant balloons and float around as we're trying to figure out how to get back down to the ground.
Mario Kart Wonder will work, right?
I mean, that'd be an interesting.
Mario Kart Thunder.
Now here we go. Here's what happens.
Days of Thunder combined with Mario Kart Wonder.
Jake hates the side-scrolling idea.
Well, it's not
Wonder Seed. We go top down, like the old school arcade racers, baby. Yeah. Top down.
About a roller coaster theme, a roller coaster where you have to actually go there. Well, actually, no, everything's like a roller coaster.
Everything's on a track, and also,
everything is like that.
And you know what? Grand Theft Auto 6 should be top down too. Why don't they make that game top down? Go back to what I mean. Just
do you not understand what like an ability is in a game that's temporary?
Make it a mandatory part of certain races in Grand Theft Auto 6 that you have to play top down. That sounds like what people want.
It's funny when you say that because like I could literally talk about every item they have in Mario Kart and how people really want to get hit by that item. That's so enjoyable when you get that blue shell right at the end and you lose. People really love that.
Dude, changing it to top down and having a different item is not the same thing.
Yes, it is. I just said a Wonder Seed, like it's an item and it causes that temporary top down.
No, because that would be the first temporary thing that actually changes the game you're playing.
What if there were more?
The other ones give you an impairment.
When you get shrunk and you're slowed down and you're screwed, or when you use the lightning bolt midair to knock you off the map.
You haven't changed perspective or graphical style.
So why not? Why can't we do that?
I just think it's honestly, I think I've said enough, and I don't really have to say anything else because it's that bad of a take.
Listen, what if there's what if there were
creativity? I get it.
Tennis, like put tennis in it, like a tennis racket. Okay, Mario Tennis into Mario Kart, make it a power up. And then if a blue shell comes up, you get the power up tennis thingy and then shoot it right back, and that shell goes right back to the.
You know what? I know what Jake really wants. He brought up GTA. We need cars with guns like Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal.
Done. Yeah, you just trying to pop those tires and blow them off the track, baby.
Yeah.
Look, I get it. Nothing. Jake likes none of my ideas. Jake is the new Andres today.
There's something that I was constantly agreeing with you on. That it should be called the Switch 2. Because Landon and Mike were saying that it shouldn't be called the Switch 2. I was backing you up.
Should be called the Nintendo Portal.
I just don't agree with you on it.
To be fair, Jake, I've had like multiple months to convince you that it should be called Switch 2. I've only had
I let you do it.
Show for Landon, so he's not going to agree with me right now. No, he's got to come back on for.
I let you grow on me and sweep me off my feet. I allowed it. I saw it happening.
You are my captain. I just had a little captain in me. This is what it is.
I'm kind of digging the 2D cart. I think that's.
Yes, thank you. Somebody who actually thinks it's a temporary thing.
I'm thinking like, what if
you can literally all
shut
the front door? All of you.
But I agree. Like a temporary thing, it's like one of those little
power up, and you can turn it off or whatever if you want.
Like the power that makes you tiny, like the one that makes you tiny.
So this is how I
kind of envision it working.
Someone's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna temporary cut off your balls." Would you say yes? No, because you know that's not temporary.
If it's temporary, who cares?
Imagine very temporary. You can't
imagine it like this. Okay, so you know how like in Mario Wonder, when the Wonder, like maybe they can even incorporate like the Wonder Flower into.
I just said
that's what Nate said earlier,
right? But the thing is, I'm expanding on it, right? So what happens is that, especially with this on the new system, they'll have better hardware, so they can actually like have like seamless transitions to literally like other realms. You know, you portal through to like an entirely different area that has like different physics, different mechanics, and maybe I could even incorporate a portion where you go 8-bit for a little while. brief moment, but like
Yeah.
that's something they already do in the 3D Mario games, right?
They do,
Where
yeah.
like it's all about just referencing different Mario stuff.
I like it.
It actually would be very Mario Kart to do things like that,
It
but
would.
only briefly. Because
I would
think
bet $100 that they don't do anything like that.
It works. It works.
How about 1,000?
Would you really want to take that bet?
Look,
No,
To be
I'm
honest,
actually.
I
the
thought it was
reason I
crazy.
win
I'm
is I
betting
would
Jake
feel
Brown
bad
will put
for the
a Boston
person.
Celtics jersey
I
on.
do it against
Believe it or
whoever.
not, because Nintendo has done it in the past, I think there's a big chance they could do it again with Mario Kart.
Or at least just like item specific, like maybe one or two items in each level, like a flood and a sunshine level. Or
let me clarify something, because I actually agree with you, Jake. I don't think they can do side scrolling because that just changes the gameplay. But they can do 16-bit because that was the original Mario Kart. So it could play. It still plays the same. It just looks different.
It's your personal preference. You hate Mario Kart original.
Games.
No, but I'm saying is it would play the same. It would just represent as 16-bit briefly. Like they could do that. It wouldn't take away from the gameplay. Think about like literally look at like F-Zero 99. Like, briefly they can do something like that.
Oh yeah, going into that 8-bit style. I see it. I like it. Mario Kart 99.
Sorry, I was just looking in case I lose. How the cheapest Jason Tatum Boston Celtics
Dude, honestly,
some random Chinese place. He's only worth about $2.
A permanent Mario Kart 99 mode within a new Mario Kart as a new online mode
That'd be awesome.
would be awesome.
And there's a lot more customization, so you could actually like see
with all the 99. That actually seems like a no-brainer with all the success of the 99s they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
To add that as a permanent mode, maybe to the next Smash as well.
Yeah. I agree.
So nobody
Smash
likes my idea.
That's a little much. It already has a hard time running.
Sorry, Landon was on my side for a brief moment. Yeah. We saw eye to eye. He saw something cool.
I
then
saw
he got
the
shot down.
I saw it.
What did I miss? What were you? What did you say that?
I mean, heck, let's just have like a part where we temporarily fly off the track, and now it's Diddy Kong Racing flying in some airplanes, baby.
That's cool though. I like it. I like the fact that we are at an airplane and they kind of land back on the track.
They've already like halfway there with like all the
they have the gliders, but now it's just a longer section, and we actually can like move and stuff.
Yeah, you can actually glide for a while there.
And then they make it really lame by giving us a fuel gauge, like a stamina gauge, and if you really mess it up, you're just done, sent back.
What if they take it one step further and give us like boats, or not like boats, whatever the things are on like Wave Race? And you could do races with those.
Yeah,
like a relay.
I thought you were saying boat because you just wanted to get the flippy floppies.
I would love jet skis. That would be cool.
Hey, I'm not.
I'm making references that might be above your head. It's okay. It's okay.
So basically,
I also would just love a new Wave Race.
Up in a car, then you end up in a boat, get on a
plane. Same, Andres. Honestly,
planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Start with a car, end up in a plane, then go to a jet ski, then a boat, and then you swim.
I got a crazy idea.
I mean, you walk.
All right. Don't talk too much, Eric.
Yeah, I know, right? An item that just randomly warps the player that's hit to a different track. You're just driving around, all of a sudden, poof, and you're just all of a sudden on Rainbow Road. You're like, wait, what the hell?
Nobody else is there. And you're like, what is happening?
And then all of a sudden, just randomly just pops you back in. And you're good.
I think the game broke. I think it's time for me to hit reset. Oh, wait. Nope. You just had to wait before you come back. You just keep driving.
Well, they already added motorcycles. They added I could see them adding more vehicles for sure.
Yeah,
maybe
they should have the Wisconsin duck boat.
PC cards, I guess that makes sense. But
school buses.
Yes, Mario Kart crash test or crash derby.
Dude, if they don't add it in a taxi car,
yeah,
I got a gimmick.
Crazy taxi action, come on,
or limo.
All right, so this is the gimmick, right? So it's gonna be called Mario Kart Fusion, and what you do is that you combine carts on the fly, kind of like the Power.
You fuse them together with the hand.
Like no, you're like the Power Rangers, but it's Mario Kart. The cars,
Power Rangers, Mario Kart.
Yeah, you ever see Power Rangers where they have their different like transformer,
their Megazord things?
Yeah, and then they fuse together to a giant super Megazord. You do that, but it's Mario Kart, so they transform into a super racer, and it goes back to the idea where there's a boss at the end of the level.
Here we go. Well, you know what? I'm all for it.
Hot swap
Let me just say, Nintendo, whatever you do, I'm probably gonna love it because I don't think I've played a Mario Kart game that I
Mario Kart nuts and bolts. Let's go.
It's just hot swap.
Well, that might be the one.
Let's ruin Mario Kart.
Yeah.
No, I do want to briefly go back to what Jake was saying earlier, though. I do agree with you that it needs to be Mario Kart. It appeals to a large audience. Like one of the reasons why Mario Kart is so successful, because regardless of what platform it's on, you take someone who doesn't even necessarily own a Switch, like, but they played Mario Kart before, like, oh, it's Mario Kart. They can jump in and they can play.
That's an old reliable.
Yeah. So I don't think they're going to change it that much. There will be cool things about it, but it's not going to be a dramatic departure.
Exactly. That's okay.
How about
that's exactly how I feel.
Mario Kart versus, okay, with waves, about 10, 20 waves to the Switch 3. You know, every wave is like a different genre, like Mario Kart versus Capcom, and you get all the Street Fighter people driving cars. And
just say, I'm pretty sure for the last hour. Wait, guys, I just gotta point this out. I'm pretty sure for the last hour, 10,000 Noodles has been like an hour behind because everything he said for the last hour has been stuff that we were talking about. Like
the audio version. This is from the live chat of the live version.
Yeah, and he's not going to see your comment on this until an hour.
Yeah, and in 1 hour he'll see this and he's going to be like, "Fuck!" And he'll
the stream will already be over by then, so he won't be able to hit live to catch up.
All right.
What about a cutthroat mode where it's everybody on the track, but the last person gets cut on each lap until you're down to like a handful of people?
I like that.
Like the last man standing?
Yeah, pretty much.
That'd be kind of neat.
I like it. Well, isn't
what if it's like this? Hold on.
Battle mode survival.
We can make this even more fun. It's a cutthroat mode,
but
it's going to be like what is it? Is it PUBG that's this way? You get eliminated and you wait, and then as the other people get eliminated, right before the final lap, all of you get to play a multiplayer battle mode for one racer to get back into the race for the final lap.
Interesting.
Because PUBG lets you get back in if you win that fight with other people who got eliminated.
I'm now thinking about a Mario Kart Horde mode.
Yeah, now he's talking about the remasters, this guy.
Or rather, no, maybe more like what's that game?
Mario
it's not
Kart horror game?
Horde mode.
Oh,
but horror actually, I mean zombies, right? But imagine a battle map where everyone has to race around.
Way to go, Noodles.
Right? And little by little, the map is eliminating itself. The platforms are changing, and there's like something that's kind of chasing you. And so it's a survival thing where you want to be the last racer standing, but it's kind of more testing not so much your ability to go fast, but that's still an element, but kind of more so to do different like platforms and like make certain turns or jumps or drifts as a track is continually getting smaller and smaller and changing. I think that could be a really like neat like mix up to battle mode.
Wait, Noodles, I just want to say, dude, I noticed that you were an hour behind an hour ago, and I just didn't say anything. So sorry, I should have.
Way to go, Jake.
Well, he has a reminder he's still actually even though it seemed like he was being nice for a moment.
I'm a nice guy.
Listen, I have another idea. How about Mario Kart fashion show?
Oh my god!
All right. Let's move on before
we move on to the fan question section at this point. If you guys want to get some questions submitted in, it's just as little as a $2 super chat. You can submit your question, and it can be for one of us.
$2 for 2 inches, as I like to say.
Yeah, sure. We have a few already ready to go. This one was from a while back. Jorge FT did $2 and said, "So Mario RPG being low tier means it's a bad game." I don't recall saying it was a bad game.
No, wait. Can I add context, Nate? Because you don't remember this. The super chat before that one said, "So you're saying Mario RPG is low tier?" So I think he was like responding. Like, for clarification. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think low tier means bad game. I think low tier just means, as I said, it's like a beginner's RPG.
Not as good as other games.
I take it the same
way. Bad game,
but that doesn't mean it's bad. If it was bad. Let me just say this right now.
It is a negative thing, but it doesn't mean
low tier. It depends on the context.
I mean, and that's like the best era in history for that genre too. So it's not even like It's
As
like
I
bad.
said,
Pizza. It's still good.
if I thought
Like
Super
bad
Mario
sex.
RPG was
It's
bad,
so-
I wouldn't even
Gonna
keep
change-
playing
all
it.
right, sorry.
Why would I keep playing
You just
the
don't
game?
think
if
it's an all-time great.
Yeah.
No, it's
Exactly.
not an all-time great.
No.
I
but
can
it's a
already
fun
guarantee
game.
when I beat it, I'm not going to think about this game in 10 years. But I don't have nostalgia for it. That's the thing. It's one of those, if I grew up with it, I could have extreme nostalgia. Nostalgia is good, by the way. It's a positive feeling.
I agree.
I can't get nostalgia for this game. It just isn't possible because I don't think it's good enough today.
Wait, did you play it back in the day?
No.
Oh, okay, then of course. Then how could you get nostalgia from it? Yeah.
I mean, well, you can if I thought it was really great right now, but I don't think
That's
it's great.
not nostalgia. No, nostalgia is reliant on the past.
Yes, and after I play this game 10 years from now, this would be in my past.
Oh,
You can still be nostalgic for a
yeah,
classic
but you
game
couldn't have
never played
nostalgia
before.
about it now.
Well, no, but I'm not going to have nostalgia about it in the future either because
Okay.
I don't think it's good in the present.
Right.
My first time experience.
It's a
I don't
lot
think
of
it's
people.
great.
Well, okay, so I guess I got confused because a lot of people that think it's good in the present.
They
because
played
of
it in the past. They played it in the
Yeah.
past. Yeah.
But it is.
But
good in
again,
the
I don't think
present.
it's a bad game. I even said this in my like. Look, they lowered the price on it a little bit, and
Andy's
just
gonna kill you. He's gonna
whatever.
choke
Like,
you out.
I just don't think it's a bad game.
Bro, he already hired an assassin. Like Nate's done.
It's whatever.
Nate's
I
done.
don't think
Landon's
it's a
not even
bad game.
showing his
Repeated
eyes
this
anymore.
game
He's
three
like
times during this podcast.
I
He's
don't think it's a
completion.
bad game. I just want to keep iterating. I never said it was a bad game. It's just not like I don't think it's great.
You just think it's a dumpster fire.
It's like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. It's like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
All I have to say is Gino for Smash. No.
Actually,
I'll take Gino for Smash.
I
He's a
mean,
unique
Yeah,
character.
he might be in Mario Kart first
I mean, yeah.
Gino and Mallow, let's go.
because he's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
it
would
was.
make sense for the next actual Mario character to
Mhm.
be added to Mario Kart.
So we had another
Right.
$2 in from Taker 610. Says, has anyone played Hogwarts Legacy on Switch?
I care about myself, so I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably
What
gonna
does that mean?
I'm probably gonna get it.
Listen,
gonna
you
get
just
it on
spent
Xbox
you just spent like
Live.
a third of the podcast talking smack about a really good game. There is something we should talk smack on. It is Hogwarts Legacy on Switch. It's shit.
Have
Like-
you played it?
No, it just
Uh-huh.
looks like shit, and I don't want to play it. I'd rather play it on another platform.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get it on
If you have the
People are ready
option
to
to
play
play it
better
on any
platform.
other
That's
console,
fine.
it's a no-brainer.
and
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
fine to get it
Hogwarts
on.
Legacy is an amazing game, but it looks like complete shit on Switch. I don't want to play
And
it
that's a
on-
huge selling point with that game are the visuals.
yeah, and it's already $40 on the other consoles, so you might as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I haven't
being
played it on
portable
Switch,
is
but I am
cool, but
planning
it's
to.
not enough.
Worst game.
I have
like,
planned to, and when I come on and say I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy over the last week on Switch, and Andres Restart leaves the show because he's like, "What are you doing playing that shit garbage? You have other systems you can play it on."
yeah, play the game of the year. Play Baldur's
I
Gate
will
3.
literally, you know what'll happen just because of that comment when I play it, I'll start playing it during the podcast and showing it to all of you guys on the stream. Just
And my
screw it.
eyes
Just
will
to
start
F with you.
bleeding.
Are
They'll
you
start
allowed
bleeding.
to show shit on stream?
Yeah, I don't
can.
think so.
It depends
That's
on what
against
it is.
YouTube's terms of
POS.
service.
Depending on what it looks like, you got to be
Okay.
careful.
Yeah.
Johnny Hernandez says Hogwarts Legacy is not open on Nintendo Switch, so it's not not open world.
What?
I haven't seen
mean,
that in
what?
any of the reviews.
Not
I
open
mean,
for business? What are you
None
talking
of the
about?
reviews said it wasn't open world.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the same game. It just looks a lot.
Yeah, there's
worse.
more load times when you go into houses and stuff. Yes,
Yeah, big
Maybe the
loads.
pop-in's not
A lot
as
of
good.
big loads.
Okay.
but
Oh,
that's just
well,
that's
yeah,
just gonna
maybe-
happen. 'cause
Maybe
it's all
loading
loaded.
instantly on PS5.
Yeah, it may be more.
Well, they
instant
have an
when you load into houses.
SSD. Like, of course.
But the visuals, I agree with our friend over here, Jake Randall, that are
Well,
the visuals,
I'm buying it on Switch.
the
so I will let you guys know.
Agree with me. He interrupted you.
I'm
I would
literally
play it on-
buying it on Switch.
listen, the visuals are better on, and this
Well,
is
no,
where it should be played.
That's not even a question. Of course, it's better on every other system.
It's
Okay,
just-
that's all we were saying.
It's okay. I'm
He
exaggerating a
didn't
little
say
bit.
that. He
but-
said it's shit. That's a little
didn't
strong.
Compare it to the other systems.
Oh,
because
okay,
we have
hold on
those
a
to compare it to.
You're so bent out of shape out of something that clearly looks really bad in comparison to other versions. While you were just
So does The
talking,
Witcher 3, and yet it's perfectly passable on Switch. What are we talking
Yeah.
about?
Listen,
I feel like
if
what
Switch
you're
is
saying
All
is
your-
third-party
bad.
games look like shit on Switch compared to the other systems. All of them.
That's
Every
not
single
true.
one. There's
That
not
is
a
not
single
true.
great-looking AAA third-party game on Switch that doesn't look
Starlink.
significantly better.
Starlink looks pretty damn good on Switch. It is a good-looking Switch game.
Okay. Let me.
What about the
correct
Alien
myself.
game?
Non-space
What about Alien
games.
Isolation? Or
Non-space
whatever?
games.
Well, what is it about space that makes it look better?
Okay, you just
Yeah,
said,
what the
no.
You
This-
can't
no,
just
no,
say
no,
shit,
I
bro.
have a defense for this. What's the best looking game on Switch, Andres?
Wait, Hogwarts Legacy about space?
You
What's the
bastard.
best looking game on Switch?
Metroid
Hold
Prime.
on.
My argument has always been that space games are really not as taxing.
Hold on.
Easy to look
Metroid
at.
Prime takes place mostly on a planet, not in
And
space.
so does Starlink. You spend most of your time on planets.
But there's an open solar system that you can fly out of seamlessly.
So you still spend most of your time on the planets.
But
It's
hold
mostly on
on.
planet.
Like seriously, like joking aside, what point are you trying to make? I'll help me.
That
understand.
games that are based in a space theme are not as taxing and thus are easier to look good.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And you could say you can sit there and squint all you want. Metroid Prime Remastered is the prime example. It's widely considered the best looking game on Switch. It's based in a sci-fi space theme. How come no other themed game and not sci-fi can look that good on Switch, even from Nintendo?
There's not a lot to
count this Astral Chain. Astral Chain is sci-fi, but has nothing to do with space.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
But Astral Chain's not widely
Oh,
considered
yeah,
even
yeah,
close
no,
to
yeah.
this good looking.
Well, Luigi's Mansion 3 is also definitely.
That's why I
in that
said a
conversation.
sci-fi space theme, the whole space theme. For
Well,
some
yeah, but-
reason,
but-
it's just easier to look good. I don't know why.
I mean,
I'm not a game developer.
There's a few other games though, like Astral Chain. Landon just brought up Luigi's Mansion 3, Monster Hunter Rise.
Yes,
Like, those
there are
some-
other good-looking games, but which one's the best?
I've said Metroid Prime Remastered. But,
Okay,
I mean,
and you've mentioned
there's
that
others.
But that is
others
the
that
best
are
space
easy
game.
for Starlink to look good.
Doesn't mean that all of the best looking games are space games.
So I guess the thing is though, Starlink is an open game, right? Like it. So your reasoning for why Metroid Prime can pull off what it does is because the worlds are generally small. But Starlink is the exact opposite of small.
It's actually the theme.
huge.
It's actually because it's based on the space theme. I don't think
I'm talking about the points you made in the past about Metroid Prime. 'cause
Sure, I
remember our
understand that,
graphics
but
had
you
been-
brought up Starlink. The whole reason I was bringing this up is I think Starlink, it just happens to be that type of game that's easy to look good on Switch because of the type of game it is. For every Starlink, I can give you literally 40 examples of
I mean, I'll
multi-platform
tell you,
AAA
Okay,
games.
wait,
Starlink,
hold on, hold on.
doesn't have a
All right,
realistic art style.
So Starlink, give me 40 other examples.
40?
You want me to give you the
That's what
40
you
right
just
now?
said.
Of all,
Yeah.
Okay,
let me
yeah,
just start
so,
listing off every AAA game on Switch because they all
Okay.
look like shit compared to PS5.
Mario
Every
Rabbids.
single one of them. Every single one of them.
Well, they have to be a triple. They have to be a multi-plat.
Yeah. Yeah. Red Dead. Anyways, AAA multi.
That was 40. Yep, that was 40. I got that.
No.
Yeah, you're
AAA
right.
multi-platform game. Hold on. There is. I got you. You want me to list it? All right. I just have to. Well, let me just go off the top of my head as I'm looking up a list of them.
Skyrim looks pretty good.
Okay, Skyrim was made in 2011.
Yeah, it still looks pretty good.
It was like, come on. But it still doesn't look as good. Look at the remastered version. You can compare it to all the other platforms.
We talk like the remastered version is the Switch version.
What are you
No,
talking-
they
the
released
original-
a remastered version.
No, they released a new version of it.
They
Actually,
released a
multiple ones.
remastered version
No,
because
the version that originally came out on Switch was just the original Skyrim.
that is
Then
not
they
true.
released a
That is not
remastered
true.
version.
That is not true.
Then they
It's not
released a
true.
VR version
No,
which remastered
listen,
it further.
Listen, it is not true. The version that came out on Switch is not the original Skyrim. It was based off the enhanced remastered version.
So then why do we have a version that just says Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim on Switch and then a version that says Elder Scrolls Skyrim Remastered? Why do we have two different versions on Switch?
Years later, they released an additional. They've released so many different versions of Skyrim, but I'm telling you, they had that initial Skyrim that came out for Switch. We had these debates back in 2017. Like it's based off the newer version of Skyrim that came out around that time.
And now compare
this
what
game
that
came
looks
out in
like.
2011, right?
Compare what
It
that
has
looks
had
like.
multiple updates.
Compare what that looks like compared to the PlayStation 4 version. My whole point was that the games all look bad on Switch compared to the other systems. Even Starlink.
But
For
wait,
all
I'm
you want to say
confused 'cause
about
that
it,
was
look at
our
what that
original
looks like on other platforms. It makes the Switch version look like garbage.
That's what
Why
we
would
were
you
saying.
play it
That's
on
what we were
Switch?
saying about
The only
Hogwarts
reason was
Legacy.
because of Fox
But,
McCloud. That's the only reason.
So is your argument
hold on,
that
hold
even
on a
though all
second.
their games look worse, that doesn't mean they are worse? Is that your
No,
argument?
so I
No. My argument is that he said that Hogwarts
then you
Legacy
should
looks like
think
shit, but
Hogwarts
I think
Legacy
all
is worse.
AAA third-party games.
So
look like
hold
shit.
on a second. There's a difference
don't
between
understand what we're doing.
listen. On the other platforms, it's going to look better, right? But there are
Speak to
games
the
that can
Taker
still
610.
look like proper good games on the Switch. Like you'll play Starlink and you're not thinking, man, there's something wrong with this game, right?
Are you
But
sure?
you play Hogwarts Legacy, yes.
There's some pretty
You play
bad frame rate dips playing that game.
on Hogwarts
I
like
beat the game on Switch. I know how much. Anyway, going on.
I
Go
mean,
on.
frame. Okay, say I had some frame rate issues, but I played the game. I didn't have an issue with it. So you
Okay.
know.
Okay.
I'm not saying there aren't frame rate issues, but frame rate issues happen across the board. Hogwarts Legacy, you play that game and it looks like there's something wrong with it. There's a difference there.
It just looks like the graphics are downgraded, like running on low PC settings, which you can make it look like that on PC.
It just doesn't. It looks.
You want other examples? Apex Legends. You know, let's see here.
That was like 80.
Dead by Daylight
Everspace.
looks like
Wait,
shit
no,
on
there's-
Switch.
No,
Evil Dead the game looks really bad on Switch.
There are some games. I'm trying to remember.
I mean, The
I
Witcher
never had
3 compared to every other version looks like crap.
Exactly.
Look, I
You should
mean,
never buy it on Switch if you.
well,
have
the reason
access
people
to another
bought it at the
platform.
time, the justification at the time it came out is it was the only portable version and it had cross saves with PC.
Yeah, horrible game to play portably.
But that was the argument back then. Let's see here.
Oh, I know. That's the only argument they had.
Fortnite, another one, doesn't look good on Switch at all.
Anytime the argument for a game is, oh well, it's portable. That's how you know it's shit. If that's the best argument that you have, then it's like, oh, okay, it's ass. And you realize that.
Some
but
people
it's-
are willing
but
to
it can be
sacrifice
portable.
things to be portable, though.
Because that's any game on Switch can be portable. So you're
Portable
saying the
games
only
look
reason
fine.
to buy it is for nothing gameplay related. But
No,
just
at the
because
time
it
there
can-
was no other portable version. It's different now.
Right.
We have portable systems that can play it better.
right. But at the time, there was literally no reason. to
Dragon
play
Ball
it besides you
Fighters.
wanted to
Actually,
play
I own
portable.
Dragon Ball Fighters. That game looks pretty solid on Switch.
Oh, how about any of the MLB The Show games that have come out look really bad on Switch?
They do.
It's pretty bad.
All right, but just ignore the point I made. That's fine.
Yeah, no, I didn't play that game.
It don't matter. I'm gonna buy the damn game and I'm gonna put it up while we're doing the thing, and I want to watch
Nier
your cringe
Automata.
face.
Nier
I'm gonna watch your
Automata. A
cringe
lot of people.
faces. I'm over here.
Nier
having the time
Automata.
of my
I
life.
mean, you want to say Nier Automata is a space game because they have a space station or something like that game. A lot of people have spoken of. The Switch version looks pretty damn good.
But
Any
how does
game
it
that
compare
looks
to the
good,
other?
Nate's just gonna be like, oh, well, that takes place in a space.
It's got stars in it.
No, I literally just said,
It's a space game.
okay, now go play it on another platform, then come back and tell me the Switch version
But
looks good.
you're missing the point. It's not so much that there are obviously there can be better looking versions, but there are games you can play and you're like, whoa, the resolution's really low here. Oh, the hair looks so terrible. The facial expressions don't look right. Like there are games that have been ported over that just don't look right. But there are games that were more appropriately ported and finely crafted for had a finely crafted Switch version to look good. Dragon Quest 11S comes to mind. Like there have
was
been
waiting for
third-party
this
games
whole
that have been
stream.
made for Switch.
I mean,
that
wasn't
look
Monster
good
Hunter Rise
for
like
it.
technically built for the Switch?
Yeah,
it
Monster
looks
Hunter Rise
pretty
was
damn
built for
Let
Switch.
the wheel decide.
Who has one of those in their
All right,
bedroom?
next one, because Andres and I
Like,
can
what
go
do you
back
use
and
that
forth for
for?
hours. Shout out to Mike Odyssey for making the Ryu posters from Paul Gale Network. I don't know what's happening right now because Mike just vanished.
Check it out.
The super chat was for you, buddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was Paul Gale Network. He was shouting you out for making the Ryu poster.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it, man. I'm glad you liked it. Check it out. It's on Twitter.
All right.
It's actually Paul Gale as Ryu. He did it. He let his facial hair grow, and then he took a picture of himself looking very rugged to the side. And I just basically
Wait, what the fuck?
I added the background and all the graphics and stuff like that.
Yeah, I have it on my phone. I look at it every night before I go to sleep.
All
It's your
right.
wallpaper.
Yeah, exactly.
I like Paul Gale Network's got my back in the chat that actually is just fine on Switch. He's actually played it on Switch, unlike us. Anyways, Taker 610 just said you have to fight all 6 bosses before game. I think we proved that wasn't actually needed to be done. So
No, it is. But he was talking about how you have to face them one by one if you go straight down.
Oh, one by one. Okay.
That's what he meant by that. But so yeah,
Yeah,
See, this is
you
why we
have
have
to
Jake
fight
here.
the bosses, but at
Jake's
the very
memory
end, yeah.
makes my
the
memory
boss
look
is
like I'm
not
still in the
quest,
womb.
not the quest lines, but the actual
Okay.
bosses.
Okay.
I mean, it's the same way in Breath of the Wild. You have to fight the bosses before you fight Ganon. Like,
Landon
Yeah.
just over there, like, I'm ready to nap. What is going on? Taker's excited another one. Jake's got it. MRPG peers were incredible. So there
Yeah,
you go.
Mario RPG's peers,
Yeah.
like the Square Soft and the Enix, like those games in the 90s were crazy.
Yeah, dude, crazy. It was like the heart of JRPG back then.
Yep.
It was insane.
You know
All
that
right.
that GIF where like it's Vince McMahon, he's like tearing up.
Yeah.
Like me when I think about the 90s JRPGs, man.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about?
No. Well, I probably do, but I'm trying to like wrap up the show and not keep the conversation going. So I'm sorry that
yeah.
I'm just ignoring you.
Yeah, we're
now.
not here to have a conversation.
I literally ignored what you just said.
Yeah, it's okay.
It happens.
Someone
I'm just being honest.
someone out there got it.
Look, I put your face in the thumbnail. What more do you want from me?
I didn't ask for that.
No, you didn't. I'm just a nice guy. You're welcome.
Is that okay?
Anyways, that was the Nintendo Prime podcast. We're gonna go around quick, and everyone can tell you what they got going on. Any, if they want to tease any upcoming content, where you can find them, so you can go like, subscribe, and watch their next stuff. Let's start with good old Mike Odyssey. There, I see your Instagram and Twitter, but I guess that's all you are now. You're just a Instagram model.
The floating head in space. Anyway, so you can find me here.
You
at
see
the
my
channel.
post and thirst traps.
You can find me at the channel at Mike Odyssey on YouTube. I do weekly videos, not daily as much anymore. We more weekly videos. Yeah, Twitter and Instagram. In Twitter and Instagram at Mike Odyssey YT. Events happening December 16. We have the giveaway, the Christmas event. Every year we have one. And so this year we have Ewing Racing giving a free chair. We have that company, Nate, that sent us the big giant screen, the Switch Orion.
Oh, yeah. I gave one away already. Yep.
Yeah, they sent
you got one to give away too. Yep.
Yeah, they sent a box. So we have one of those. If you guys want a bigger screen for your Switch, that's a good alternative. I heard they're coming up with an OLED screen now. And so
wait, who is?
It's called Orion Switch Up. If you look at the Google, you'll see the company.
Is that like the comically large?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's the only way I play it because my eyesight, the bigger screen. I can't play it. So but they're coming up with the older one hopefully soon, and then that's gonna be a lot better, more crispy.
Crispy.
Got that. I got codes. Oh, by the way, the viewers wanted to meet. I do a skit. I used to do skits. Remember, I used to do skits.
Oh, I'm aware.
And so
there's a
now
Nintendo Prime one out there somewhere.
They made me do a skit. They wanted me to do an actual whole skit of The Grinch Saves Christmas, the entire story, but use Nintendo characters instead of the Grinch. So I'll be playing every single character in the skit, including Bowser. Bowser steals Christmas. Mario, Luigi. I'll be playing the princess. I'll be playing.
Noise.
Wait, that sounds like a fever dream.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So what's the
I can't
theatrical?
imagine the final product.
Look up Ryan George. He's my inspiration on YouTube, and you'll find out what kind of skits they are. It's like where you play every single character, and
this is gonna be in theaters. It's gonna be huge.
Is it like animated or it's like?
No, it's me. It's me with
live action costumes, baby.
Me with costumes on a green screen with sets and everything. So,
wow. Okay.
Bowser Saves Christmas.
I'm curious.
Coming to a theater.
Yeah, my attention.
Is this gonna? When's this dropping? I want to check it out.
The 16th on the 16th. Yeah.
Wow. All right.
So that's it.
I might be scarred for life at the end, but I will watch. I'm sorry. You dressed up as the princess. I don't know if I can handle.
I want to see your Grinch.
I did lose a bet, so I have to anyway.
I know. Eric. I mean, I don't think you have any upcoming content. We did talk about if I died, you might make some content.
Yeah.
You might
if I die
one day.
We did have
That only came
Gotta
up
get your
because I
bag.
actually that whole hospital incident was actually kind of touch and go while I was there. But anyways,
That's
we're
kinda
good now.
scary.
Yeah, I'm here. That's pretty much it.
Cool.
Hey Eric, are you wearing an undershirt? Or are you bareback in that hoodie?
Dude,
That looks
I
crazy.
bareback hoodies sometimes,
Oh, okay.
but I often regret it because then when I get too hot, I can't take it off in public. I mean,
Yeah,
I
you
can.
can.
Yeah,
No
there's a lot of
stopping
stores.
you.
No, there's a lot of stores that say no shirt, no service. I can't take it off.
You ever gone to Denny's and try to get a sloppy steak?
I don't even know what that is, and I don't think they have
It's
it.
just it's a steak with water dumped on it,
No, I don't
and it's really good.
Uh,
And you'll go there and be like, hey, no sloppy steaks, boys. But they can't stop you from ordering a steak and a glass of water.
You had a gaming shirt on this whole time,
damn straight I did.
and then you just wore the
Holy
Wisconsin
cow.
Badger. What is happening? So you could have been themed for the
Wait,
show.
keeping it classic. Oh,
I like it. I
that's
like
a
the
great
shirt.
shirt. How did you just?
He was
bust that
mad because
out
there
now?
wasn't an NSO topic coming up
Yeah, no.
today. Damn it!
I like it.
We
I like
got
that shirt.
oh, that's right. It's been a while since I was on the podcast. That's a
I got to come up
skip
with
last
keep
week
it
as
clean
well.
merch.
You know what
Now
you
that I'm
do?
seeing that, yeah.
All right.
Looks like you're on do you have finger
And
gun
two-inch
merch?
Destroyer like sweatshirts.
You need a 2-inch destroyer merch. That'll go viral.
2-inch Destroyer brand condoms.
Especially if you do 2-inch destroyer finger guns. Jake, you got anything coming up? Anything going on?
PlayStation that nope there. PlayStation Portal. Full review coming up. I was gonna do some crazy stuff like take it to the tallest mountain in the eastern United States and see if I could play it, and then take it to the Celtics game and see if I could play it. But once the Celtics game last night, you can't bring it through security, and also you need to log into a website to connect to their Wi-Fi, so it wouldn't work anyways.
That sucks.
And
There's
then
no web browser to
the
do
mountain
that?
near me, it's a 30-minute drive up, but it's closed right now because so much snow is there during the winter, even when there's not snow on the ground. So
So
all my
portal
ideas failed, but
So
there's
the
going to be
portal
something
doesn't have a web browser.
I thought you were
No,
gonna.
no,
say
it doesn't have a web browser. No, so anywhere like Dunkin'
You can't
Donuts,
use
Starbucks,
public Wi-Fi,
whatever,
like,
the airport, any of those places that you need to accept.
That seems like
terms
an
and conditions.
oversight.
Huge oversight. That is one of the biggest things it's been ripped for. I think they are going to do an update that adds that, but it was a pretty big oversight.
Wow.
Yeah, because all public Wi-Fi basically requires the website verification.
Correct.
That's crazy.
Correct.
Damn.
So anyways, I don't know what I'm going to do for it, but I'm going to do some content with that. And you can find me, Jake Randall, on YouTube, Twitter /X, and
And on Family Guy. Listen,
2-inch Destroyer on OnlyFans.
yo, you said climb the tallest mountain, and you had me there for a second. I thought you was to drop the portal to see if it's
Oh, just drop it?
I'm like, well, let's do that.
We're doing a drop test. We're doing a drop test, everyone.
Drop
We're
this.
gonna survive. Find
Tell us
out when I
about it.
ski down this mountain quick. Landon, finally. What do you got going on? Where can they find you?
You can find me Nintendo Land on YouTube or Twitter /X, but nothing really much. I mean, this year has been very busy, so I'm kind of taking this December just chilling until it kicks back off with that February direct, probably. Then that's when we'll probably hear about all the big juicy stuff. So yeah, just watching the Game Awards, seeing hopefully if there's like maybe they'll throw in that Zelda Ocarina of Time remake in there, you know, little announcement. But yeah, just chilling for the rest of the year.
Wait, I gotta address the most common misconception with the portal that I see, because Sony did a terrible job explaining this. You do not have to be in the vicinity of your PS5 or on your PS5's Wi-Fi to use the portal. It is not the PlayStation Wii U gamepad. You can be 5,000 miles away and
just don't be at public Wi-Fi because it won't work.
So you just have to be on Wi-Fi, not the same Wi-Fi as your PS5.
All right. Oh, that's cool. So you use your phone to connect to Wi-Fi on the pad wherever you're at.
Yeah, assuming your hotspot doesn't suck.
You can hotspot it, I'm sure.
Yeah, you could technically, yeah.
No, I
have a friend that travels a lot, and his PS5 is 200 miles away, and he's been playing the Portal a ton.
That's not bad. That's not bad, actually. I was gonna piggyback on Landon's announcement of the Game Awards. We're having the podcast finale that day, December 7th.
I think Mike always has like 17 announcements every show. It's all right, Mike. You're awesome. I'm just
podcast December finale, December 7th. And then we're all gonna be wearing pajamas, like our
You have the wildest announcements too.
That's scandalous.
yeah, we're gonna be wearing I'm gonna be
Yeah,
wearing,
oh yeah, by the way, the Tuesday's pajama day.
I don't wear pajamas.
I'll be wearing the Donkey Kong costume that
Yeah,
day.
Wednesday I'm thinking
Oh,
about
in the
getting tacos
nude.
for lunch, even though it's not Tuesday, so that'll be a big
I mean,
thing.
Mike might know
Talk about it.
personally. I have no
I'll have a
idea. I
video
wasn't in
talking about
room.
that later as well.
So pajama party, Game Awards, Donkey Kong costume. I'm pretty sure Landon's gonna be wearing Mario.
No,
Hey,
that, I
alright.
mean, that's probably a given.
Probably.
If you're anything but Mario, I don't even know if it would fit. I mean, like, love your content, but like, I swear it's like Mario for 59.
Nintendo should have Chris Pratt announce the new Mario game at the Game Awards.
Chris Pratt.
They could.
All right. I
Like
just
a Keanu Reeves moment.
You got anything going on, and where can they find you? Is that a no?
Every day
What?
I make content.
On OnlyFans, mostly.
On YouTube.
Exclusively.
It's like 90% OnlyFans, 10% YouTube, guys. So
All right,
as
Andre,
much
Andre,
content as
restart,
you see him crank out on YouTube, just know how much other work he's doing.
Andres, go ahead and start over. Restart.
Yeah, Andres, restart.
I make daily Nintendo videos.
That's good, Mike.
Andres restart. Most of you already know that because I usually hear. But I'm just gonna say, switch to summer 2024. Hell yeah, let's go.
All right.
You think summer?
Yep, summer it is.
After today, yeah.
Announcement
summer.
March.
Late
Announcement
summer, but yeah.
I
Cool.
think that's most likely.
Announcement March.
So I am Nintendo Prime. This is Nintendo Prime podcast. So I don't need to say much other than audio version is everywhere that podcasts can be heard. I might even try to get this one up tonight on the audio. We'll see. Depends on how fast.
I'm trying to get it up tonight as well.
That being said,
Good luck.
I just have one small announcement that some people know a little bit if you're on my live streams. I will be streaming the Game Awards this year, and it's going to be kind of an event one. We're going to have 5 different giveaways throughout that event. So if you guys want to tune in, I don't have the set time for it yet. I'm still working out my schedule with that because my fiance will be working. So then I got to, schedule around that and schedule around my kids and stuff they got going on. But it's going to happen. Eric's going to be on for at least the portion that we're reacting to the Game Awards. But what's really cool with Eric is he's hopefully going to get there in time so we can do a betting special for the awards right beforehand because I need to win that trophy, baby. Eric right now, he's the master.
Do you think I could possibly come on at the end if Nintendo doesn't announce anything new and yell, "Told you, get fucked"?
Yes.
I would only need like 15 seconds to screen time.
Yes. You are welcome on. I mean, anyone's welcome on technically, but I mean,
when Baldur's Gate 3 wins Game of the Year, just have me on for like 2 seconds is all I need.
That goes to Mario Wonder.
Yeah, well,
I might show your face for half a second just to hide it. And
Nate might win on the technicality because there is no Baldur's Gate 3. There's just a Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, I'm not pulling.
Okay.
I could pull the technicalities on misspelling things and mispronouncing.
You know what I mean.
He probably said it. He probably said it right when you made the initial bet, though.
Yeah,
or
he
he
did.
did.
I probably did. Okay,
I gotta check the record.
But it's okay. I'm not going to hold it against you.
Do we even remember which podcast it was?
There's no.
I don't even pronounce
it was
my
a
own name.
while
for
ago.
it
It was like
hold
maybe 5 or 6.
If I was back in high school, I would pull on that technicality all day.
You would.
Anyways, all right, guys. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. This was episode 48 of season 2. We'll be back same time.
Only 21 episodes left to the big one, guys.
Same time next week. And I think we have one special guest so far next week in Nintendo Talk coming on. So from Nintendo Land to Nintendo Talk, let's go.
Let me get up,
guys. Later.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not even ready to hit end.
No, you're not.
So peace out.
Bye.